and I'm recording. You guys should do the same.
Okay, and then allow record for everybody.
Okay, all of you do that. We're going to need backups. Because knowing us, something's going to go horribly, horribly wrong.
Yeah, because I'm noticing right now if my streaming software, or sorry, not my streaming software, my recording software, it's not picking up any audio, so I think it just might be easier to do Zoom.
Isn't this Zoom?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
Plus, no, I was using OBS, but it's not working on my end, at least in terms of audio, so I'm just going to do
Yeah,
Zoom
I
instead.
tried that the first time with a PowerSoft. That's why the first one didn't come out properly.
Okay. I assume I have
wait,
to do
who's
something...
the fifth guy? I only sent links to 3 people. Wait, no, I can't count correctly. Never mind.
Okay, I'm here.
Who's the fifth guy? Who's the fifth one?
Wait, that's me.
God, that took so
There are supposed to be 5 of us, but I can't count to 5.
Somebody cut my finger off in Korea.
Okay,
walks into the room.
which one of you is who?
Nick is Broxham.
Okay.
I'm RonZak.
Okay, you're an OG here. You're an OG. Got it. Is my profile picture displaying properly? Like on the last interview, whenever I spoke, it showed like the old Dr. Jerk logo.
It's just showing your name.
Yeah, Brody Gilbert.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it was going to come out sometime. You guys could have found it easily if you had checked. There you go. Fine. I'm Ukrainian. I come from Ukraine. My family come from Ukraine. Left for Holodomor, blah, blah, blah.
Are you trying to hide your identity?
No, not particularly. I have a tendency to leave, well, I'd say breadcrumbs, but it's more akin to a bread silo explosion.
Alright, I'm gonna sit like I usually do any seat I'm in.
Anyway, but seriously, is my logo not showing, or?
No,
sorry,
sorry,
I don't see anything.
Darn it, I liked that one.
Oh, never mind.
Darn it, I liked that one. Wait, it might be over here. Nope, oh well, it doesn't matter. Crap. Oh well. I tried. Oh wait, here it is.
I tried.
Hold on. Can anyone hear me?
I can.
Oh, yes, I can hear you. Wait, that's what you sound like?
Right,
Okay.
Sure, because I was making some statements.
Now it's Captain Jerk.
Yeah.
Okay, in the event you guys, if you guys don't want your names revealed, we could just start the recording now after everyone renames.
I'm fine. I've already said my name out on the internet.
Oh, dude, my subscribers
many
already
times.
know my name. They just don't know my last name.
I revealed my first name before I revealed my first name before, so I don't know. Honestly, first and last names aren't worth much in the modern day.
There, I'll just change it to my YouTube name.
Okay, let's say I said my name is John Smith. How is that going to help anyone?
Yeah, because how many John Smiths are there?
So many. Oh my god.
I made that a joke on like an old episode I did on Technology Weirdness where I said there's a lot of John Smiths in the world.
I'd use my webcam, but it's just completely How did you change your picture? I'm going to have to murder you now.
Oh no, he's got a green screen.
Oh my, he has a green screen. Nice.
Ah, you sly dog.
You're actually...
It's not a real green screen. It's just like Zoom's feature for like picking out a color. You know, just chroma keying out stuff. So.
I have a wall behind me that has a stupid styrofoam in front of a window that I have my head laying on, and I have almost cracked my head.
I wanted to just display me old logo, but I can't seem to locate the button to do that. How did? Oh, the captain's falling behind here. Oh,
CJ,
oh shit! There goes. Darn it! There goes my cup of coffee.
There's a little blue button you can press, and it'll be able to give you the option to add a profile pic.
Blue button. Got it.
It's 3 dots.
More rename. What? 3 dots.
No, like you click on it and it'll show you it'll pop up a little menu that shows like start video, mute my audio, rename, edit profile picture. And
I don't see edit profile picture. I just see rename, hide non-video participants, hide self view, mute my audio, and start video.
Oh, that's weird. Because it gave me the option to have a profile pic.
Do I need to click start video?
Maybe I think.
Is that it? Do I need to click start video? Did you do that? Oh, what the hell?
No, I didn't start video. It just gave me the option to change my profile.
Oh well, I don't care then. Whatever. We'll figure something out. Who
Sorry,
cares?
CJ.
Okay. Okay. You want to know? You want to know what grinds my gears? Sorry, Chris, but you got to put this aside for a second. Why is CJ? When did CJ become the short form for my name? I always wanted people to go with Cap or Captain or CPD or CPT or something.
I'm sorry, man. I didn't know. I just thought CJ was a fun nickname. I'm sorry.
I'm not Colonel Johnson.
I have the same problem where people will just end up calling me Ron when that's just not even my name at all. It's because my nickname I use like since I have a.
I was saying it was
I
Zach,
use a
but
moniker.
whatever.
Yeah. I have a moniker that I use as RonZak online because it's like on my artist name, especially my musician.
Kneel before
But
your
people say
captain.
Oh my god.
Okay. Would you want to? Who wants to? Okay, I'll start for a little bit then, I guess, since I am.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's if it makes it easier.
I'm starting and ending this, but I don't honestly have that much left to ask at this point.
All right, take it away, man.
So.
I'm gonna make myself anonymous first. Do we?
Oh, I wonder who this strange lad is.
Imposter
Who could he
Jan
be?
has joined the session. Hey guys, what's up?
Yeah.
I promise you, I'm no one.
Hey, M95, why did you mute yourself again?
Sorry, someone was making noise in the background. I'm gonna have a lot of noise.
Oh yeah, same here. I've got dogs, but it's fine. They're sleeping right now.
Okay,
There's a baby in the next room, so I have
Okay.
no choice. If you just around here like that, it's not my fault.
Close my door.
honestly,
Give
I'd
me a
use
second.
video, but my webcam is just. Didn't I show one of you my webcam once and it nearly blew out your ears?
I
Something
think
like
it was
that, maybe. I don't
maybe
remember.
me.
That might have been Rage Machine.
The reason why I'm not using my regular laptop is because there's a big chance I don't use Discord to call on my laptop because it will possibly for a big.
I'll do a face
big
reveal at the end of this.
malfunction.
Who's up for that?
Ooh,
I definitely want
yes.
to. My
Who wants
laptop will
a captain
malfunction.
face reveal at the end of this?
Dude, let's
You
do
can
it.
if you
Let's do
want.
it. Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Don't you dare go idle on my laptop. Okay, my laptop's sound card will malfunction, so that's why I don't like to use.
The
call,
boys
so,
on /co are gonna love this.
So luckily, I have another laptop.
Yes, I go on /co/ the 4chan place. Yes. In case you didn't know, I'm pretty sure I've made that obvious at this point.
Okay,
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
my questions up here. I was
Chris,
originally
Chris, weren't you concerned about how the 4chaners would think if you killed Mr. Mumbles?
Very much.
this
so.
again.
Ooh!
This again. Oh god.
Oh,
Well, we were sort of teasing the fans with that, and yeah, they didn't like it very much.
no,
God,
they
I can't
didn't.
imagine why.
4chan doesn't like it if you mess with their cats.
they are the cat people apparently.
To be fair, you could be far worse. You could be Shane Dawson.
Oh my God.
That's true.
But
Shane Dawson.
we're not going to talk about that. Not
Yeah,
yet.
let's not talk about my lack of subtlety on that site.
Woo.
Yeah, let's just not go into a detail.
Exactly.
Which one of you got real? Whoever just said exactly, you're really quiet all of a sudden. Is my voice loud enough?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so perfect. I'm gonna start off, and then when you
Right,
guys
no
are done,
sense.
I'm just gonna go back to tending to me grinding up my cast form. Yes.
Alright.
Yeah, maybe it's my mic settings. I can go look into that.
Okay. Anyway, I'll start. I honestly don't have too many things left to ask, but I don't think I've ever asked. When exactly did you guys figure out you were gonna be canceled?
Ooh, that's a
Oh
painful
no. Oh no.
We're still waiting for word from the network on whether we're coming back or not.
Oh, so this is a Dave the Barbarian situation where you just got put in limbo forever.
Yeah. I mean, we had a general feeling at the end of season 3, but yeah, they kept saying, well, we haven't decided yet. And apparently they kept doing contract negotiations with the cast, and it wasn't. I mean, I think 6 months later, Curtis finally got fed up and posted something on his Facebook.
Okay. Darn it, I'm sweating.
Oh, don't worry, you're as well. I'm sweating as well.
There's been a heat wave here, and we had to buy an air conditioner
Yeah.
from the guy from one of my mother's old friends or something.
Yeah.
Oh, you
I
say
don't
that,
have
dude.
an AC. All I have is a box fan. Everybody else has an AC. This
Although-
windowsill is slanted, and that
We're not
window has
returning
a
it
wire
anytime
going through it.
soon since
Right.
the guy passed away, unfortunately.
Oh. Whoa.
Sorry. I've had a
That's
lot of
great.
tragedy in my life. Did you hear my beta fish died?
Oh no.
Yeah, we did.
Also, my mother is currently very sick.
Oh dude.
Eh,
Oh, there's a
hopefully
lot of things happening.
she'll live. Probably.
Okay. I just want to make sure. Okay, hopefully, okay.
Probably. She has a.
I can-
I'm not going to get into my mother's medical history or my tragic backstory. Just know it involved pine cones.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh no.
Pine
it at that.
cones. Yeah, I'm not going to go into. Anyway, so you guys found. Yeah, Dan on his Facebook posted it in like 5-6 months after production ended, but about 3 months after the last one aired.
Yeah, something like that. And like I said, I saw Curtis's Facebook page. I was like, yeah, that sounds about right.
And when was the last time you spoke to Daniel Mandel?
In person, probably would have been Christmas-ish. On the phone, probably a couple months ago.
Okay, have you spoken to him since we started doing these interviews?
No, I let him know that I was going to do one. I sent him an email, but haven't spoken to him since, no.
I tried to email him with the email that M95 provided. I'm not actually sure if that's the correct one. Didn't you get IMD Pro for like a week or something?
Yeah, it was a free trial, but I'm gonna have to cancel that before they slip me into a subscription.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, you just make sure you triple check that.
Well, you can always catch up with Dan on the Facebook page.
He's not easy to talk to. I go by the totally distinct username as Zinder Curse. Definitely no connection with that one. Ha 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 ha. Definitely not any characters of mine.
Well, anyway, Dan and I, we don't live in the same city, but when we're both back home for the holidays or something, we usually grab a bite or go out for a beer or something.
Ah, okay.
Nice.
So it's like that then. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I'd interview him if I had the chance, because there's some things that clearly only he knows. Like apparently he kept the whole he had apparently a whole backstory in mind for Hortense that he didn't tell you about.
Oh God, I remember this.
I do have a question for the character.
Should I do the SpongeBob joke? No.
Wait, what SpongeBob joke?
You've dug yourself a grave, man.
Now you gotta say it.
One from the top. It was in the top 10 list. You can go watch it.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna probably go rewatch that then. It's been a while.
Chris still hasn't seen that. Chris still hasn't seen the top 10. And I saw him in the comment section of Defaultalizers. That's how I found him, because I've been replying to every comment on every Dan versus video to get more people.
Okay.
Because I'm insane, and I've literally, according to DeviantArt, my comment count is... Vegeta, can you say the number?
It's over 9,000.
I was going to say over 8,000, but yes.
Nice.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Yeah,
Technically correct.
it
Anyway,
is technically correct.
the best kind of correct.
Yes.
And this is just kind of a random one, but I just found I was doing a lot of Lovecraft related stuff as of recently, and you guys did the Lovecraft parody in the Monster Under the Bed episode, and we've talked about that before. But Lovecraft, all of his works actually entered the public domain in 2007, so you guys could have gone significantly further with the parody if you wanted to. You were legally clear.
Holy shit.
You could have name dropped Cthulhu or name dropped events from the book, and you would have been legally
Oh
fine.
my god. I remember, I don't know if I ever said it in the server, but I remember I randomly thought of Cthulhu as a cop, and I'm like, wait, well, how would that work?
Cthulhu Cop is a series that needs to happen. You should start writing.
I am a writer.
Happen, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
call dibs! I call
Damn it!
dibs!
Assemble the writer's room!
Run! We gotta make the music!
I need to invite you guys along more often in the future.
Yeah.
So yeah, we could have, but like Cthulhu seemed too obvious.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up, playing all the tabletop role-playing games, and Call of Cthulhu was high among them, and so I wanted to use just a slightly lesser-known Elder God name.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like even if you use the real ones, like Cthulhu is pretty much the only Lovecraft thing that's widely recognizable. You could have just literally said Azathoth and Yog-Sothoth, and not that many people would have recognized them.
I think we went with Yog-Sothoth, didn't we?
You said Ugragoth
Yeah, Ugragoth.
of the DeviantArt.
Oh yeah, that.
Oh,
The
no.
Deviant's art. Oh my god, I remember that.
Okay, I'm
Steve
not going to
Klein
ask
line.
what was
I
on that picture, considering that the amount. I'm just going to assume there were tentacles involved and leave it at that.
Yes, I'm sure.
I remember, like, A few months ago, I found out that there's a game called Cthulhu Saves Christmas, and then there's a game called Cthulhu Saves the World. I will never forget
familiar. That sounds really familiar. I don't know why. I think I've heard of it.
Yeah. Also, I don't remember. There's another one I think that might be of Lovecraft, but it was about like a light. I don't remember what it was, but yeah.
Give me a sec. I'm just tending to.
I remember it was. I think there was a movie that was based on a different like Lovecraftian creature. It was
You're talking
more
about
of,
The
like,
Color
a
Out of
very
Space?
alien-like light.
You're
Yeah,
talking
that
about
one.
The Color Out of Space. That's a good one. It's not my favorite. I like the one with the what's it called? Shadow over Ismith, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Is that the-
I've
The one with the guy who goes into the town where everyone is a fish person.
Yeah, I've
worships fish
always
god.
liked writing short stories. I've always like writing short stories, and science fiction is a big influence to me.
I like to
Where
take
I like
characters
talking
who
about,
win too often and make them suffer. Or the reverse. Take characters who lose too often and prop them up.
It's when you guys bring this.
I like to build a very big, vast universe.
Have
and then
any
have,
of
like,
you
some
read my
information.
Ruby Gloom fan fiction? He said snobbishly. Okay. Do I have any other questions to ask before I pass the turn off to the next guy in alphabetical order? Let me think. If I do manage to get into contact with Dan, Mr. Mandel, we need to get you two together so we can get like the official version of the theme song original cut out there. We need to get that out there. The world needs to see.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this would be interesting.
We need the world demands the Dan versus theme song. We need you two to reunite. And we need you two to do that.
I always did like the theme, though,
Let
kind
Chris
of
speak. Let
chase
Chris
theme.
speak. I want to hear what he has to say.
I was going to say, I need to warn you ahead of time that my musical talents are I pick up a guitar once every like 3 years and play it for about a week.
Can you still play Smoke on the Water?
Dan actually does have a good singing voice, though, so he might be able to carry us.
Okay, then. The singing voice is the more important one because anyone can play a guitar tune, no offense, but it's true. We could subcontract that out to someone else, but we kind of need Dan's voice.
Absolutely.
Yes, we need to get his voice. Come on, guys. We need to steal Dan's voice from him.
Who wrote the lyrics?
That's the thing. I've heard multiple different, like Chris's recollection of the lyrics and the one Dan sent me on Facebook are both different lengths and have different words. So we're going to need them to put their heads together.
Well, I just remembered both verses, whereas he only remembered the one verse. I think otherwise they were pretty similar.
Oh, yeah, but I'm just saying we need you two to get together so we can put everything together. And who's with me on this?
Yeah,
we need them to get this lost media. I'm the one who had to track down the Flash game, and M95's the one who had to pay to host that thing. So that was our thing. So right?
Yeah, I'm definitely curious.
M95, you're the one who has control. You're the one who's protecting the Flash game, since the only other guy that has it is a Chinese website that we found it on.
And also, we're gonna have to find a way for it to preserve it, since Flash is going to die.
Oh, Newgrounds has
that's a
a
good
solution for that.
Yeah, Newgrounds has a backup plan for that.
Newgrounds has a solution. They can rebuild it stronger, faster, accessible on mobile. Steve Jobs is rolling in his grave. Flash won't die now.
I like their Aliens the board game on Newgrounds.
There's a lot of interesting stuff on Newgrounds, he said, winking suspiciously.
Yeah, I'm a big Henry Stickmin fan, so yeah, that's funny.
Oh yes, that's definitely what I had in mind. Yes, he said, tugging at his collar.
The first one that came to my mind was Slush Invaders.
No clue what that is.
Sounds familiar.
Also the Doors animation collaboration. So many memories.
Let me just check let me just type Newgrounds into my tab and see what the first thing that pops up is. Nope.
Yeah, for me it's been Henry Stickmin because the collection just dropped this month on Steam and I've been having a blast with it.
I haven't really been able to put that aside. The only what Steam game do you think take a guess? Which Steam game have I clocked the most hours into?
Team Fortress 2.
First of all, I've only have half hour on that, and second of all, I have like 12 hours on Team Fortress Classic, so you're not even.
That's stereotypically normally the game that most people put a ton of hours into.
The answer was Europa Universalis 4 with about 2,800.
Okay, that was way off.
I don't
was
even have
way off.
Steam.
Oh my god.
And also, since Chris asked last time, unfortunately my guy in the GTA modding server went dark on me, so I haven't been able to convert that Dan model into GTA San Andreas yet, because I know you wanted to see that.
Oh my god. Yes, we need to see that.
And also, I
That's
was going to get someone else to reskin Big Smoke as Chris, because we all know we want to see that.
2 number 9s.
Number 9s. Number 9 logs.
Remind me if I ever find Chris's voice actor, that's the first thing I'm going to get him to say is Big Smoke's order. Who's with me on that?
Dave,
Put that in the game just as a mod. Good lord.
That would be fantastic.
Just like the first thing, if M95 and I are trying to see what with the whole pandemic thing kind of hurting work opportunities, if we could find Dan's voice actor.
Oh, Curtis.
He's usually hard to find, but as of now, all Hollywood actors have a bit more free time on their hands.
That is true.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Chris, you might want to turn up your mic a little bit.
Okay. I don't even know how to do that.
Okay, and
I have no idea either.
There's a little arrow on the mute
Yeah.
button, and it'll show up a little menu, and one of them says audio settings at the very bottom.
I might have to turn.
Settings.
Should I turn mine down a bit, or is mine fine?
no, you're fine.
Okay, I was gonna ask, does
Okay.
mine still sound pretty quiet?
And you know what? I would have gotten Dan's voice actor to quote Johnny from Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, because I know Dan Mandel would have loved that.
Aw, yeah. Good old Jonah Vasquez.
Because I know that he was a fan of that, so I know that like if I could get Dan's voice actor saying, "Say where the fuck is the back team," then he'd like that.
That'd be funny.
Yes, it would. I had a couple things I had on the list of things I wanted to say. One of them was like join the Dan versus fandom, because obviously
Yeah, that's the main priority.
Join the dandom.
To add at the end
we
of
don't
everyone's
take kindly to the word dandom around here.
Oh, sorry, never mind. I didn't
And
know
we
that was
don't
a second
take
term.
kindly to people who take kindly to the word dandom around here.
We
Now,
don't
I'm
take
sorry.
kindly
I
ain't
to
causing no
people.
trouble.
Send me to prison. Oh my god.
If you don't take kindly to cartoon horses around here.
Now,
Oh,
Skeeter,
no.
he ain't causing any trouble.
Darn it. One of my questions is going to involve MLP, so I apologize.
Is this volume okay?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you, buddy.
Yeah, you're fine.
Just I have a bad history with the word dandom. I don't want to get into it at the moment. You joined after that stuff went down.
Okay.
You have a bad history with the word Dan.
It got ugly.
Bad history with
Dan.
phones.
Right? M95 knows what I'm talking about. He's heard the full story.
Okay, you guys can probably tell me it in private chat or something. It's fine.
Yeah. Cracking my neck here.
My distaste for MLP is a lot more open, though. My reasons for that have been stated very, very clearly multiple times. I don't like the fact they basically hijacked the fandom for a few years. And they did. I can pull up. I have statistics on it.
And they got their own movie. I don't understand why we didn't get a movie. That's
Yeah.
That
It would have
would've
been amazing
so
to
great
see
to have
Dan
a
versus go all around the country.
Okay. Anyway. You all still
Dan versus
recording?
movie side would be
It's all
Yeah.
working, right?
Yep.
Good.
Still recording.
Okay. And next up. Okay. Do I have anything else to ask of Chris? Oh yeah. I was going to ask this last time. Do you have a copy of the Dan versus font?
Ooh.
No, probably not.
Does anyone?
I don't.
I can find it. I think I can figure
I
out
found
what
the Ruby
site-
Gloom font in a Flash game on the way back from
I've
2004,
attempted
so
to
anything's
find
it.
possible.
I also one day found the font for Red Dead Redemption, so again, anything is possible.
Nice find.
I just ended up recreating it, as you can probably see in my picture here. I also added the jerk font as kind of an addition, but yeah, I don't know. It would be interesting to know.
I don't even know who would have that. Like, who keeps fonts from things?
I found the Ruby Gloom
Defont.
font on the Wayback Machine on an old website from Hot
I'd say
Tub.
Defont. Defont would be a good place to look.
I have a lot of tabs open. Wait.
Okay, I'm going to just quickly check something, and then I'm going to pass the torch on to whoever the Magic 8 Ball tells me to.
All right.
Okay,
Got
let me
it.
just check. Kneel before your captain. Okay, zoom. Here we go. Give me a
RonZak.
sec. I'm just taking a moment to change my profile picture. And the screen's turned black. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I appear to have clicked on the wrong thing. Just ignore that. Just files.
Test. Check.
Okay,
1, 2, 3.
I'm just gonna, while I do that, I'm just gonna ask the Magic 8 Ball what he wants. Magic 8 Ball, oh so wise, tell me the guy who should go next. Magic 8 Ball,
There,
should
M95.
Broxham go next? It is certain. Broxham, you're up.
Woo! Thank you. Hope you guys can hear me A-okay.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, you have the best audio out of anyone here. Now,
Yeah.
if you'll excuse me, I have to grind nuggets on Pokemon Fire Red and change my profile picture.
Okay, so I'm just going to quickly introduce myself. Hello, Chris. It's an honor to meet you. My name's Nick. I'm currently taking screenwriting classes right now at Scottsdale Community College. I'm hoping to become an aspiring screenwriter going into animation, maybe also doing animation and voiceover work, and maybe also acting as well, because I've also took a couple acting classes, particularly
That's a
one.
great choice.
And
you.
you're a professional lad.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm actually in a screenwriting class right now. I'm taking a rewrite class. I'm rewriting one of my screenplays.
Cool.
Shit, the only
Where
thing I
did
can
you
rewrite
get
is
that?
the same Dan versus fanfic 5 times in a row.
Hey, man, I don't blame you. It's just a part of the screenwriting process. You're going to do a lot of rewrites
Yeah.
until eventually you
You should see a
Fine.
Zinderkurst's
Trust me, I
backstory.
have to.
You should see a Zinderkurst's backstory sometime. It's a long one. I've got a full thing planned. Rafe knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do. I helped like in the early things to say like what we should.
I'll tell you it's long and
Well,
it's
that's what
complicated, and I may have done a V for Vendetta parody at some point, but let's not get into the details on that.
Sounds
Where
fun.
did you say you're taking classes for screenwriting?
Yes, as a part of the film division at SCC, Scottsdale Community College. That's the abbreviation.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm a
Yeah, so-
community college graduate myself, so
Oh, that's nice.
Nice.
Yeah, community college is really it's a good option right now for especially if you're tight on budget, because a lot of the universities right now, especially the animation and film universities, are like they're ridiculously expensive. Like look at CalArts.
Everyone's
Yeah.
talking about CalArts.
Not going to go into the reasons as to why, because that's an argument that's been beaten to the ground. But yeah,
it is expensive. I mean, I didn't go to college, but not.
I'm still thinking of.
hey, you got the
Hey.
profile pic. Nice, and it's orange this time.
It's not tinted green. I think that happened in the recording in post last time.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
orange.
yeah.
This isn't the right one anyway. This is I haven't gone by Dr. Jerk on the Discord since the little incident in August and September. Well, actually, I went by Professor Jerk for a little while, but that's not the point.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So your question was it about screenwriting?
No, I was just mentioning, just wanted to
Oh.
introduce myself real quick. I've got about 13 questions, but the first thing I want to bring up is just a little comment. So I know in the last interview, Captain Jerk, he brought up that Gigantomart was a parody of Walmart, but between me and my brother, we've always thought Gigantomart was actually a parody of Costco because
Yeah.
it's, big bulk products at low prices. You also got the free sample stands, and of course, the chaotic parking lot.
Yeah. Well, so
We don't have Costco where I live. That's my bad.
That's
yeah,
fine, dude. It's fine.
I think it's sort of a pastiche, obviously, but no, like the mattresses in a 6-pack joke and stuff like that. That's all Costco. Like,
Yeah, definitely. I was gonna say, yeah.
I love it, but yeah, it is like you can't buy a lawnmower there. You have to buy a 6-pack of lawnmowers. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I always
it's a
get the
lot.
Hershey chocolate milk. That stuff's really good.
I can't drink milk. I'm lactose intolerant. Doesn't stop me from eating ice cream, though.
Well, I mean, Dan's also lactose intolerant, so I mean,
Welcome to Z
you
Club.
got representation, man. You got representation, my dude.
Okay,
it's,
I hate it. I'm the only one in the house too that has it.
If you were Japanese, you wouldn't be all that special.
What?
Oof.
The further away from the north you go,
European.
the more people are lactose intolerant. In Norway, like 90% of the population can drink milk, but in Japan, only like 20% can.
I'm
Really?
European mostly.
Because they didn't need
But
to learn to
obviously-
suck cow teats in order to survive the winter. They had rice. Well, a bunch of
I
Vikings
obviously
from
live in
starving to
America,
death.
so.
So the actual Dan Mandel is very lactose intolerant, and it's gotten worse over the years. And I remember at one point I was like, I feel really bad for you, and I'm going blind. So,
Oh, yeah.
like, I'd rather be me than him. I'd rather be able to eat the pizza and the ice cream and all that stuff.
Oh, totally, yeah. But yeah, hopefully he's okay. Hopefully Dan's okay.
He's fine. He's he always needs something to complain about. So
Of
Okay.
course.
Okay,
can't be damned if I'm
give me a
complaining.
sec. I may not have labeled these correctly, so if the wrong profile, I have a couple files with the same name for some reason, except one's a JPEG, one's a PNG. So if this is the wrong one, I'll change it pretty quickly back. Is this it?
I'm so computer illiterate that I only understand about 1 out of every 3 words you're saying.
No, that was not it. That's the show logo.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the logo.
No, I don't want to rename myself. Is this it? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Is this it?
Let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, you.
I've done that before. Okay, is this?
Sorry.
No, that's the logo for my
The
Plague Inc.
TV.
scenario. That got 1,600 downloads.
I was quoting our Lord and Savior, the Dorito, Bill Cipher.
Yes, and I'm sorry, that's the logo for my Plague Inc. scenario that got 1,600 downloads.
Oh, nice.
Oh my.
It was Daria inspired.
Speaking of which, Daria's coming back soon. The reboot was announced.
I don't have faith in that at all.
There's actually a lot of reboots have been announced
Understandable.
recently. Like
Daria itself was
Yeah.
technically a spin-off.
Yeah, that's true. It was a spinoff of Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah. That fandom is crazy.
Yeah. But besides that, like Ren and
Assassin,
Stimpy's
yeah.
coming back. What else is coming back?
I don't have faith in that at all.
Well, I mean, John K's not involved, so I honestly have more faith in it than other reboots.
Oh, no, that's the old Captain Jerk logo. I guess I can't. Okay, I can't seem to make it fit. Wait, maybe this one. Oh, yes. I could only find the. I don't know where I stored the new one with the better font, so this will have to do.
Hey, it's fine. Honestly, I think it's fine. This works.
There we go.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah, I like it too.
Okay, Brock, some continue. I'll just be here grinding.
Okay, so I'm gonna start my questions now. Okay,
Yeah.
so my first question is, so what was the process behind developing characters like Wally, Crunchy, and Ninja Dave, and what do you think would have happened to them after the series ended?
Okay, so the process. Let's see. Well, Ninja Dave, we needed a ninja, and so Wally, Crunchy, and Ninja Dave all showed up before the series went into production. We actually had 6 or 7 episodes written before the series before we had a network and all that stuff. So Ninja Dave, I just tried to think of what a funny version of a ninja would be, and I didn't want to go Asian stereotype, so kind of a surfer guy,
yeah.
funnier.
That's great.
Dan Mandel came up with Crunchy, and he was just sort of, started out as sort of just a generic kind of hippie animal lover character because you first saw him in the animal shelter.
Yeah.
And then, honestly, Tom Kenny was so funny with we wrote for him to sing The Pets Are Your Friends. Tom Kenny, we just enjoyed hearing him improvise songs so much that a lot of other characters started. We had him sing for no reason, basically.
Yeah. Tom Kenny's a delight, man. He's a great voice actor.
He is.
Super nice guy, too. I mean, you actually don't see a lot of jerks in voiceover acting because there's very little pretense, right? But he was especially outgoing and friendly and kind and all that. So
Yeah, I met him at Phoenix Comic Con last year in 2019, and oh man, hearing SpongeBob voice in person was like, it was like one of those moments where it's like, this is reasons why I need to live. Like, oh my god. It's because SpongeBob means so much to me growing up. Like, he's like a childhood icon.
That would have just been nice for childhood me. I used to be a Sponge. The first ever fan fiction I read was probably a SpongeBob fan fiction. I say probably because it might have been a Kid vs. Cat one. I can't remember what happened in mid 2010.
Ah, Kid vs. Cat. That's a throwback.
Fun fact: it was almost exactly 10 years ago, roughly, maybe within a month or two, that I read my first ever fanfic and got into the game.
Oh man, it's so crazy. All these modern shows are now like becoming retro now.
Oh yeah. My generation's waiting for nostalgia is here. It's our time to shine, baby.
Like,
we're gonna get the shameless reboots.
Literally, Adventure Time, regular show, and Friendship is Magic are all turning 10 this year, and I'm just like, dear Lord, I'm getting old.
You're old.
Cause you're old. I really miss Courage the Cowardly Dog as well.
Oh, Courage. I love Courage. Courage is so good.
I assume,
Great
unless
show.
you're Canadian, you wouldn't know what Ruby Gloom is.
I
No,
swear,
unfortunately, I don't. I'm sorry.
when I look at the art, it kind of looks familiar, but I don't remember watching it.
What
I'll have
about
to
Kid
look it up
vs.
after
Cat?
Yeah.
I
Kid
do-
vs. Cat barely sounds familiar.
Kid vs. Cat, I do remember. It was on here in America. It was on Disney XD back in like 2009, 2010.
We got it on YTV.
Oh, YTV. Yeah, I do know that.
Also, another show that I liked was Total Drama, but
Oh,
boy,
dude,
did it
Total
go
Drama,
downhill.
yes.
That was the shit growing up.
My kids love that right now.
See, the first couple seasons are the best.
I like the first 3, and Pacquiao was okay. There's a few characters like that, but that is not the best season at all. But I think mine could be World Tour.
Okay,
yeah.
Broxham, you can continue with your question.
Okay, sorry, yeah.
Also,
I guess.
and then Wally, we thought it'd be fun to have a big, strong, terrifying werewolf turn into this kind of schlumpy,
Middle-aged man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
A
like,
teenage wolf has to grow up sometime.
That's true. Yeah.
the werewolf needs a day job because he can't just, be a werewolf and have people
This
pay him.
is my day job. Yep. Yeah. Wally's always a
This is my
fascinating
day
character.
job.
He just runs a hardware and explosive store. Like, it's just crazy world out there.
You got a ninja selling cookies, a werewolf selling explosives,
It's Los Angeles.
and
Anything could happen.
Yeah.
Only on the hub. Okay.
I live in Muskegon, real close to the Heights. Well, not that close to the Heights, but
Mhm.
I live in Maricopa County, so it's hot as hell here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Arizona.
I'm sweating right now. Michigan is killing me. I'm not used to this hot weather.
My sweat is literally changing
again, I'm
color
wearing
from the
long
high
pants and
salt
long
concentration.
It's like, oh, it's nature's lizards. Rainbows are nature's rainbows. Oh, jeez. Sorry, I was quoting technology.
So,
Okay.
next question.
All right, let's do the next question. Okay. So my next question is, what was up with Elise's quasi-governmental organization and the relation to the Russian-like antagonist throughout the series? And would this have been a major storyline that would have continued had the series been renewed past season 3? Also, this question applies to Elise Sr. and her history as a criminal mastermind.
Well, so Elise Sr., she was a mafia don at the end of Dan versus the Elise's parents, but
Yeah,
then,
we got that tease, and then she got a mech suit in Family Cruise.
yeah, exactly. So we would
I
have
always was under the impression she was a mercenary or something, which explained why the people she was working with kept changing.
we definitely would have to do something with that. So Elise's quasi-governmental organization, it was just sort of a Cold War thing, and
Yeah, I was gonna say Russians versus Americans. Yeah.
Yep. And like she needed an antagonist, or hopefully a revolving cast of antagonists. We thought about doing an episode. So there's an area of Los Angeles called Koreatown, and we were talking about maybe setting something in North Koreatown, which is sort of like the there's like
this is getting good.
Ooh, this sounds interesting. Holy crap.
and of course there would have been some sort of behind enemy lines thing there in North Koreatown, but we never got to do it. So.
But yeah, that is a very fascinating concept because I definitely really like that storyline. I feel like as the season began to progress, it seemed like both Dan and Chris started to become more aware of this behind the scenes stuff. So I think it would have been really interesting to see that revelation start to become something that's normal for Dan and Chris and all the hijinks they get into.
Broxham, I'm just gonna say this now. You would like where my fan fictions are going to end up going when I get them finished.
Okay.
Although I will admit that if you like the more caring and empathetic Elise, sorry to say that's not the direction I'm taking things.
I mean, I'm kind of split. I do really like Elise as an empathetic character, but I won't lie, it's fun to see her beat some people up sometimes.
Yeah.
At minimum.
I forgot to mention this too, but on the last question, but what do you think happened to Ninja Dave, Wally, and Crunchy after the series ended? Did they just continue their lives, or?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Wally and Ninja Dave both have businesses.
Of course. Or I guess Crunchy kind of goes around. Like he was at the Goodwill, and then he was part of some of the hippie groups, and he kind of just flops around. Yeah.
Yeah, I get the feeling that Crunchy just sort of lives his life day to day.
Yeah,
taking it.
like everyone does.
I mean, even more so. Like he doesn't really plan for next week or anything like that. He doesn't try to acquire any new skills or.
Yeah, for me, yeah, I'll get to that when it's my part. I'll if I can remember that.
Okay. So my next question is, so what do you believe Imposter Dan's life was like before he started to impersonate Dan, and what do you think he could have done in future episodes after the telemarketer? I think CJ might have brought this up.
Oh, yeah, I did. He said that they didn't have a planned name for him or anything. All we know is that he apparently impersonated a baker at one point.
Oh, okay.
I think that he probably bounced from identity to identity until he found Dan, who he thought was like sort of the perfect host for his parasitic.
Yeah, yeah, I was
you
gonna say
know.
the parasite. Yeah,
So I think that other people, like he says in the show, have friends or family or other people who say something's wrong. And since Dan only really had Chris, that he thought he could sort of, wedge his way in, and if he wanted Chris, no one would be wiser.
Are you
Yeah.
frozen, or am I the
So
only one
I think he
seeing
probably
that?
would.
no,
Yeah,
it was just,
I'm
it
hearing
was just a
it.
little connection error. It's fine. He's good now.
Okay, so I would imagine that he's probably tried the same thing a few other places and got caught or run out of town.
Yeah, because like as we saw from like his dialogue, it appears like he's done this like multiple times. But unlike a character from regular show, Doug the doppelganger Shablonsky, Imposter Dan never got caught. Nobody really knows who his true identity is, and even if he did get caught by authorities, like we saw in Dan, it was because he was using someone else's identity. So to this day, authorities don't really know who Imposter Dan is, which is kind of terrifying to think about.
He's kind of like the Rutger Hauer character from The Hitcher, I think.
Oh, literally, he could be anyone, and we will never know.
It's
Right,
so, oh, it's terrifying. I can be anyone here.
They
He
asked him,
could be in this very room. He could be you. He could be me. He could even be.
Sorry, that's a Team Fortress 2 reference to Beat the Spot.
Yeah,
A real gamer moment.
yeah. I get
I guess-
flashbacks whenever I hear that too. Also, the
Yeah.
movie Clue.
So I guess Imposter Dan would totally main spy in Team Fortress 2 and be a boss at it.
Mhm.
Okay. So my next question is, this probably is another question that I'm sure CJ already asked, but were there any concepts or episodes pitched in the series that network executives just flat out refused to broadcast outside
Dan
of
versus the childhood bully.
I know that was going to come up because I know last interview you guys said that Dan versus Ted and Dan versus the childhood bully were the two episodes that just didn't have, like, they couldn't do it.
yeah, there were a lot that got rejected.
I totally get if you can't reveal everything, like, due to contract or anything like that. That's totally fine.
There's no contract. It's just
The Hub Network passed away. It died.
yeah. So there's no contract reason. It's just my memory is really the only reason that I wouldn't talk about it, is because I can't even remember. I mean, every week we pitch 2 or 3 ideas and have
Yeah, that's true.
half of them shot down.
Yeah, got to keep the ideas flowing, yeah.
Right. I remember there's one that's going to be Dan versus the Clown, which
When you're a clown, nobody takes you seriously.
Nobody likes a sad clown, Chris.
Oh, I was gonna. Yeah, that would have been the perfect opportunity to bring back Chris the Clown.
well, this would have been, so it was actually sort of vaguely based on there's a Shaggy Dog joke about a clown who insults a kid and the kid dedicates his life to revenge. So the episode was actually kind of vaguely based on that, where Dan had been insulted by a clown when he was a kid and decided to destroy the clown's life when he runs into him again later.
Oh wow, this would have been an amazing episode.
They didn't like that one.
Oh what? It would have been relevant too, especially now with like It and Joker being such the big hits that they are. I feel like that episode would have probably aged well.
They didn't like. Let's see. I pitched one of the part 3 for the Imposter series, and they didn't like.
Oh yes! Oh yeah, more Imposter Dan. Nice.
Yes.
Let's see what else was there. Yeah, the only script that was written that they rejected out of hand was the childhood bully one.
Okay, yeah.
And that was one of we had 6 or 7 scripts written when we went in, and that was one of them. They just said we're not going to do this one. So.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. But that's cool. Yeah, thanks, man.
Oh, they rejected. I wanted to do Dan versus Zeus.
Great God.
Dan versus the Greek gods. Ooh.
Yeah, and so the idea was that lightning strikes Dan's car. He actually figures out a portal into the dimension where the Greek gods live.
Oh no, not
Ooh.
multiverses. I've seen this
You know,
before.
this could have worked because the show. You guys started to get more into like mythological stuff in the later seasons. So I think
You
this
know what,
episode would've
Broxham?
worked.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that. Literally, the second episode was Dan versus the Wolfmen, where he pulls a Mr. Krabs and fights a bunch of skeletons in a graveyard after graveyard.
True, you're right.
Just
It has the stories.
nonchalantly.
Yeah, you're right. it has
Also, I
the
see
stories.
that
You got me.
Chris-looking model. Good one.
Oh yeah, I made that in Vice City, the best I could using the in-game skin editor.
Nice.
So,
Put it in the profile.
and he would have found an ally in Hephaestus, the blacksmith god, who was
Oh, nice.
thrown from the mountain by Zeus.
Hephaestus?
Like because they both have father issues, and yeah. So it
Oh,
would have
that's
been
right. Yeah, Dan's dad and his whole Enron scandal.
yeah. So that one too.
Well, something went wrong.
Oh, you just did a pun. Oh my god. Sorry.
I hate that I made that reference, and it's a very obscure reference too. So
That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
so
yeah,
those
oh,
are
man.
the things that I remember as being rejected.
Yeah, I guess the closest you guys did get to having like Greek mythology in Dan versus was DMV because you had the Minotaur.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Minotaur. That was a great scene. The Minotaur was great.
Indeed.
That was actually a pretty good episode of season 3. I like that episode mainly because it's the DMV. I mean, of course, everyone hates the DMV.
Yeah, there's a few episodes that you do side with Dan. Traffic, DMV.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, Dan's in the right sometimes. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Okay, so my fourth question is: personally, which shows do you believe would have worked well in a crossover special outside of Friendship is Magic?
Don't.
He said outside. He said outside.
As much as people would want to see Pinky and Dan have a fight, as entertaining as that would be,
Urge to kill rising.
There are some people who think the opposite.
Okay, yes, I have seen that.
Fading.
What about?
Fading.
We never really thought about crossovers because we were sort of isolated in our own silo at the Hub Network.
Oh yeah,
And-
they kept him in the work silo.
Yeah.
And they actually said that they did not want, that they didn't want us interacting with any of the Hasbro shows. So
Oh, that's a shame because we got those 2 promos for Dan versus Pinkie Pie, and the internet literally blew up because of it.
yeah, and no, there was no interest in that from the network.
Yeah, we don't want you going near Hasbro over here with your controversial ideas. We don't want you infecting them.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think it would be hilarious to see
Why?
Dan go up against Pinkie Pie. Just be a complete tonal shift. It'd be a lot of fun.
Why must I always wear so long stuff?
Roll your sleeves up, dude.
yeah. Shirts. We'll win it. I mean,
Yeah, I have a jerk shirt. I have a jerk shirt and a Dan versus sweater, but I think the sweater's pretty old by this point. I think I might have outgrown it.
I do not have one yet.
Yeah, I think I bought it on, was it Redbubble? I think it was Redbubble a couple years back.
I still have my crew T-shirt, so
Nice,
Can
yeah.
we see it?
I'd have to run upstairs and get it. So not this time.
Okay.
Okay. Because for me personally, I feel like for crossovers, I feel like shows that could have worked would be Regular Show, Futurama, South Park, Invader Zim, Beavis and Butthead, King of the Hill, The Simpsons, and hell, even Steven Universe.
Yep, I would add to
The
that.
first one.
Older canceled shows. The Critic would be fun.
Oh, Critic, that would be a good one, yeah.
It stinks.
Mhm. That's right. Yeah.
That
So
actually reminds me a lot of Dale from King of the Hill, if you want me to be perfectly honest.
Dan going up against Dale would be super interesting.
Somebody write that fan
yeah.
fiction. Roxum, I'm putting you on charge of that. You're now doing that.
I mean, I would, but like,
You pulled your back?
here's the thing. I know about King of the Hill, but I don't know too much about it. Like, I've only seen a couple episodes, and most of the references I usually get is from like YouTube poop.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's well. I haven't even finished season 1 of Daria. I know. I've read. Once you've read over 600 fanfics, you pick up on a few things.
Yeah.
I could see a Dan
I-
Futurama being a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Oh,
Bender,
yeah.
Bender, definitely, yeah.
Oh, and actually, that reminds me of
What
another
about like?
show that they did next. Was we want to do Dan versus the Time Machine.
Yeah, you guys brought this up in the last interview. That would have been a fun episode.
Dan
And I
versus
guess
the
it kind of
Time
makes
Machine,
sense
that would be
because
fun.
Dan's fought in a dinosaur. He's wearing medieval armor before.
Yeah.
Yeah, it totally could have worked actually.
Which
What would
question
you would
are
have
we
gone
on, Brox?
against?
What?
Which question is this, Brox?
I've got 13. I'm on question. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm on question 5. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Let's keep going.
Get to
Then.
work.
Sorry, I gotta keep going through this. Okay.
No more lollygagging.
Sorry. I know. It's just we're having a good time. That's all.
We have fun in this room.
That's fine. Yeah, that's great. I like that. Okay, so my next question is, so what was up with the Wow Wow Wubsy joke that was found in the deleted scenes compilation?
Yeah.
Were some of the Dan versus crew also part of the Wow Wow Wubsy team, or was this just some random inside joke that grew out of mind, or was this a fan edit?
So Wow Wow Wubsy was produced. Was that? I think it was a Film Roman show also.
Oh,
I
it was.
remember that.
Yeah.
And so there were posters for Wow Wow Wubsy, and none of us had kids yet. I mean, me and Dan and the writers. So we just like, what the hell is Wow Wow Wubsy?
I saw it growing up. I can answer your questions.
Oh, I knew it. Yeah, I when I was growing up, I saw it too.
Yeah.
They added a girl character halfway through and then forcefully shoved her into the theme song. I remember this.
Well, I remember that
I barely
Susan
watched
Collins wrote for that show before going on to write The Hunger Games. So.
Oh wow, really? Wow, that's a big leap. Holy crap, Hunger Games.
Yeah.
I was randomly one day given the entire trilogy of the books. I'm looking at them right now.
Prequel's coming out later this year. Just
Really?
Fuck!
It's good. It's out.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay. I'll have to read it then.
Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. It's really good. If you like the writing, which I do.
Yeah, I like Hunger Games, so I'll probably have to check it
I
out.
still have to read the books. As I said, I have the three first.
I just finished watching Breaking Bad.
Oh, nice. Yeah, good show.
So that was the Wow Wow Wubsy answer. Is just like none of us knew what the hell it was. So.
Okay, because that's funny. Because when I saw that pop up in the deleted scenes, I'm like, "What is this doing here? Like, this is."
That's the one that got your attention. There are a couple others that I think would have raised a few more eyebrows.
Like,
Oh yeah, don't
Chris killing, like Chris
I know
killing
you're
the guard.
Don't
You're
make
gonna
me
bring up
bring
the-
up the you-know-what one.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
I'll bring it up.
the
I'll hand it to
incest.
DeviantArt, and we'll never be the same again.
Captain Jerk, no.
Ah!
Cease and desist. Stop. This is the-
Just to quote
To
song
NSFW for
from
this Zoom call.
Preoccupations, cease and desist.
Yeah, cease and desist, my dude. Cease and
Actually,
desist.
wait, there are two I might have been talking about. Now you don't know which one of the two.
Even worse.
Well, actually, there's three if I
Cease and
include the one with the
desist,
safe, but that's not
we
important.
insist.
Okay, so my next question, but yeah, thank you for the Wow Wubs explanation, because I was really thrown off by that, because Wow Wubs is a Nickelodeon show and Dan vs. was a Hub show, so I was like, what?
Yeah.
Okay, so my next question is, had Dan vs. continued, what sort of trendy ideas or concepts do you think would have been explored for future episodes? Like, for example, do you think there would have been an episode where Dan vs. would have gone up against modern gaming with esports, or maybe an episode where he goes up against social media platforms like Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, or even TikTok?
Yeah, we thought a lot about doing Dan versus social media or Dan versus the internet in general. I think that was an idea that we pitched that the network didn't like. But yeah,
Oh, I hate a lot of social media. I would be on the side of Dan if that episode.
I know
continues to be like-
Amazing World of Gumball, they did a couple episodes parodying social media on the internet, which are pretty
Yeah,
fun.
those were really good too.
I think that
Nowadays, could you imagine like a Dan gets canceled type episode?
Yes! Oh my
Like
god!
the
yes!
Angry
He says
Beavers
something stupid like a couple
situation.
years ago, and they're like,
Oh my
you know,
God! 6 years ago on Twitter, Dan said something offensive. He's done
Chris!
for.
Why is my name trending on Twitter? Wait, you use Twitter?
Cancel
Yes!
culture.
Yeah, actually, that reminds me. There was Dan Mandel pitched Dan versus what's her name, where he has a one night stand with a girl and doesn't remember.
Oh no!
And,
Yeah, I remember that one. He steals their licenses
Yeah.
so he can remember who they are or something, but he forgot to steal this hooker's license, so he has to go
Oh my
find it.
god! That was
trophy.
so
that
they
was-
walking down the street, and people start, basically accusing, calling him a jerk and abusing him and stuff, and it's because she went online and posted about her experience with Dan.
Oh my god.
0 out of 10,
Uh-oh.
worst sex I've ever had.
oh
Dan
man, that,
exposed.
oh wow, that's whew.
If they put this in the show, nobody would have questioned Dan's sexuality.
Oh
Without
my
a doubt,
god.
no.
Well, I
Would have
think
fixed that problem.
Yeah, nope, without a doubt.
the network immediately bumped on Dan having a one night stand to begin with. So
I mean, it was his channel for younger audience.
Tried to
so-
sneak. They tried to sneak a single frame of that into the tape in the traffic episode, but that didn't work
Yeah.
out. One of the deleted scenes. He tried.
I still get a kick out of the deleted Dan holding the pen in a bank. We know what you guys were doing when you guys came up with that. That's
Ba-da-da-da-da-da, ba-ba-da-ba-do-do.
the fact it just lingers on it for a couple seconds before Dan decides to run off.
Yeah, it's also the scene where it was originally planned for Chris to kill that guard in the Salvation
Now,
Army
he
Forces,
actually
which
told me
I-
about that. That was
took
actually
you so long?
basically the censors were like, we don't want him beating him up, and they're like, oh, you don't want him beating it up? Well then sure, here you go, censors, F you.
Don't worry, we're actually going to talk a bit more about like adult content and stuff like that with some of the later questions. So hopefully that'll ease off the restrictions a bit.
okay.
Okay, so
There's a hurricane happening somewhere now.
Wait,
God.
you okay, dude?
There's a No, I'm fine. I'm not in the hurricane area, but there's also a storm happening in Michigan right now. It's raining, I think. But
Oh,
I just saw
wow.
someone on Discord say that they're under a hurricane warning, and now I feel very bad for them.
Okay, so my next question is, so at the end of Animal Shelter, we see Dan be treated by a actor doctor. Who was this character parodying? Was it Sean Connery?
Oh man, I do not remember that.
Probably someone from one of those old doc dramas from like the 60s or something.
Oh, you know what it was?
The day of Grey's Anatomy, just them running up. That doesn't happen in the.
Somebody needs to write a fanfic of Dan versus Dr. House. I'd read that.
I think that.
Oh man, House was a good show.
House MD.
So
Yes.
when I was a little kid, there was a bunch of commercials. I don't remember what they're for, but it was a guy in a lab coat. And he's like, "I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV." And then
Oh, this commercial. Okay. Oh yeah, this does sound familiar. Okay.
Yeah.
so like you're wondering why anybody would take this guy's medical advice because he just told you he's not a doctor.
I'm not a doctor. Yeah.
So,
Wait a second. That sounds like. Wait a minute. I've heard a similar line to that before.
I have as well.
No, that was from
Like,
David
I'm
Hasselhoff.
not-
That was something different.
Oh, Hasselhoff would have been a good parody, which is funny because Hasselhoff's actually been doing a bit more in terms of TV animation recently, so that would have been funny to see him pop up in the show.
Yeah, he hasn't been doing anything else lately.
we tried
Wasn't
so
SpongeBob?
hard to get Shatner. Like it was this like we pursued him relentlessly.
Wait, you say was it Terry Shatner? You said?
William Shatner. We tried.
Oh, William Shatner. Yeah, he would have been an amazing choice. Oh my God.
We wrote a detailed outline. I think we had them come up with a character design to send him. We basically said like anything you don't like in the script, we will take out. We tried,
Oh wow.
and it just never happened. So
Wow, that would have been incredible. Weird Al would have also been a good choice too,
Oh, Weird Al's awesome.
True.
yes,
because he's actually done a lot in terms of voiceover animation. So I think he would have been fun.
that would have been great.
Yeah. Okay. So my next question is, in regards to distribution, who currently owns the rights to Dan versus?
Yeah, I've
Is
been
this-
meaning to ask because I asked Dan on Facebook and he just said that some random third party had it now, but I'm not sure what he meant by that.
I think that it's actually Dan Angel, but I'm not sure.
Okay. But with this in mind,
Got it. I'll need to track him down to make him an offer he can't refuse.
Well, I mean, unless you've got the budget to start funding episodes, I don't know what good it would do you.
it's gonna take a lot of money. Just gonna say that.
Kickstarter
The
time.
fundraiser.
Kickstarter. I don't know. I mean,
Kickstarter, help us buy the rights to Dan versus.
Shark Robot merch, because that's what the Has Been Hotel crew did.
I don't
Sure.
like that. I don't like that short or its thing, mostly because people wouldn't stop DMing me about it for like a week.
Sorry, I am gonna bring up Has Been again later in this video, but I promise you I'm not gonna pester you about it.
Well, okay.
I mean, I do love Has Been, like I really love it, but like, don't worry, I'm gonna respect your opinion.
Rising.
All right, next one.
I've never watched Hasbin Hotel, and I don't really have an urge to, though I did see Hell of a Boss.
I do
Oh,
know that
awesome.
for some reason web animations seem to love going to hell. I counted like 9 of them.
You know, it's funny. I think a crossover between Hell of a,
We'll get back to that when we can. We'll get back to that.
I was gonna say a crossover between Hell of a Boss and Dan versus would have worked so well because Hell of a Boss, those imps, they're pretty much their job is that they're supposed to go into the real world and kill people, and I feel like Dan would totally be one of their clients.
There you go.
Anyone
They
else?
would end up
Whatever happened to that older web animation? Welcome to Hell with the ghost psychopath kid.
God, I liked that one a lot. It's like, dude, stop talking to yourself and get out of my house.
Like so, Brandon Rogers, Viv, if you guys are watching this, get in contact with Chris Pearson. We need a Dan versus Hell of a Boss crossover, or as a cameo. Have him cameo in it. Just like
I'm not sure.
I can imagine Dan versus like the Dan versus Dan. Like I can imagine like Dan
Well, it's not MLP.
becoming fucking Doomslayer at that point, just trying to not die from the little imps.
Dan would be a
Doomslayer?
diehard
Who's Doomslayer?
from Doom.
I
Dan
thought it
would
was.
totally-
I thought his name was Doom Guy.
It's a nickname,
Doom Guy,
but
whatever.
I think his official name is Doomslayer.
Since when?
I think since the 2016 reboot.
Well, that's okay. That explains a lot. Okay, well, sure. Okay, then. But I'm not sure how well Dan would do against him.
Oh, Dan would totally. I mean, Dan would actually probably be a Doom fan. Actually, I feel like he'd play that game as a therapy.
Yeah.
We've already discussed Dan's gladiatorial matchups. He'd beat Trevor Phillips in a game of Mines. Trevor Phillips would beat him in
Carter would-
prep combat.
Eric Cartman would totally beat Dan. We know that.
We found that it was a reverse. So if it was just like hand to hand, no preparations, Dan would kill him. But
But
if it
Carter,
was
Cartman-
a game of
gadgets.
wits, Cartman would probably feed him to Chris.
I guess we should also add Bender from Futurama to the list,
And we gotta add Dale to the
no.
list too.
and Dale from King of the Hill, which is kind of ironic because, at least in the case of Bender, because you guys had John DiMaggio voice Dan at the Comic-Con panel.
Yes.
That
That
was
was
that, That was a panel I wish I would have been at. But okay. Okay, so my next question is, considering how other animated properties such as Adventure Time, Avatar The Last Airbender, and Invader Zim are finding success with comic books that came out after the respective shows had ended, do you believe that this could be an alternative to bring Dan Versus back, regardless if the comic books are considered canon?
You know, if somebody decides to publish a Dan Versus comic book, I'll write them. I mean, that sounds like a lot of fun.
I had a fan-written one going for a little while.
I feel like either IDW or Kaboom would make the most sense, but I feel like IDW more so because they do more adult properties, and I feel like you'd be able to get a bit more creative control with that. So I feel like IDW would probably be your best option because they do the Rick and Morty comics.
Yeah.
Don't think Rick and Morty comics have a separate canon?
I think they do, but like I think it's I don't know how it works with the Rick and
Like,
Morty
isn't it a different Rick, C-132 or something?
Yeah.
I guess it is. I mean, knowing Rick and Morty, there's so many timelines in Rick's that
Yeah,
it's
and
like...
technically it's all canon in that regards because of multiple dimensions. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right. Multiverse.
But their show's still going on, so they have to be careful about stepping on each other, whereas Dan Versus, we wouldn't.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Man, Rick and Morty's getting so many more episodes. They're getting like 70 more episodes. It's insane.
That show releases at a snail's pace.
That's the only downside. Yeah, a lot of
that's the only...
But to be fair, I mean, you know, it does take a while, so I can't necessarily blame them. And plus, they're trying new things. They've got new writers in there, which I think is great. So, they're trying to shake up the formula, which is good, helps keep the show fresh.
Image from the one that Hero Up tried to make. It only lasted for about 2 pages.
What is this?
Hero Up's sketching of Dan Versus the Factory.
Nice.
Oh.
We only got 2 pages in.
Ooh.
The version with text I don't currently have downloaded, but we did try at least. We made an attempt, but we kind of it was taking too long, and Hero Up was doing a bunch of other stuff, so it didn't really go anywhere.
Yeah.
The story was Dan Versus the Factory second draft. That's what we were going with. So yeah.
Nice.
Okay, I just have 3 more questions, then I'm done.
Hit me.
Okay, so the third to last question is, with the recent announcement that Has Been Hotel was picked up for a full series by A24 and the success of J.G. Quintel's Close Enough on HBO Max, do you believe that these shifts could mark a demand for a comeback in dark adult comedy and animation? And with that said, could Dan Versus return in that aspect, albeit with hopefully more creative control and less restrictions on what type of adult situations and themes could be shown?
That sounds good. Here's the thing. I write stuff, and while I'm writing them, I do hope that they'll go into production someday and stuff like that.
But there's no guarantee, yeah.
I never waste time thinking about, like, does this mean that the clouds will part and this will happen,
I know, yeah. Hollywood's unpredictable, so it's either or nah,
I just keep writing, and if anybody wants to make something, that would be great.
And you said that Dan Angel currently holds the rights?
As far as I know, that would be my best guess, yeah.
Okay, M95, can you check something on for that when we're done? You're the one with IMDb Pro.
Yeah.
There was a squirrel outside, and I went up fucking kick it because it scared the shit out of me.
Are you usually squirrel phobic?
No, I'm not. I didn't know if it was a cat or not.
So you're cat phobic.
It was just, no, I'm allergic though, so I do.
Oh.
I'm acrophobic. I'm afraid of heights.
I was gonna say, like, if you were like if you want to be like Dan, you could go after the squirrel family, like what he did at the end of Anger Management.
I almost
Fuck with squirrels, Dan.
It's like, you think he's gonna change? No.
Okay, but yeah, I don't know. I think there's a potential for Dan Versus come back, especially given Has-Been's recent announcement Close Enough.
Hey, if people want to do it again, I'd be happy to write it.
Yeah, but
crossed.
what's the process you have to go to? Would you have to call up Dan Angel and because Has-Been Hotel's a different situation?
Yeah, Has-Been was
that was self-made when hadn't been a thing before. That was essentially a pilot. Like what's your process here, Chris? We need to know this.
I would think that Dan Angel has been floating the idea. I'm sure. I know that he pitched it to Netflix after the show went off the air.
Wait, what? This is new news.
Well, I mean, we went in, we did our song and dance, and said, "Here's what the show is." And
okay. So just to clarify, the Hub and Discovery, they no longer have anything to do with it. Dan Angel has the full power to control it at the moment.
At least he did a few years ago. Yeah.
Okay, Discovery and Hub have only been breaking up more since then, so I doubt it would have changed. Okay, that's good, guys. We need to go, somebody start a petition and start emailing that guy. M95, you get on that. I've got a plan. I have a cunning plan.
Yeah, you did bring a good point, though, it has been, though, because that was independently. But I'll give Viv props, though. You know, the fact that she was able to pull that pilot off with, like, a full production team, all indie, online, in, like, only the span of, like, 4 years is incredible. Like, and now, you know, they just got picked up for a full series. That's
Wouldn't
just
be
amazing.
the first time that's happened.
I know. I just mean as of recently.
Did Nickelodeon pick up a cartoon from a short that had, like, only, like, barely any views?
Oh, Breadwinners. Yeah, you're talking about Breadwinners.
I remember that.
We don't say that name as much as we already have.
Nickelodeon standards were pretty low at the time. They're doing okay now, though.
I don't know. I have more faith than has been, though. I think, you know, especially with A24, that's going to be an incredible show.
Yeah, A24 is, I think, respectable.
What's A24?
They're a studio that did a lot of they do a lot of indie films. They allow their creators to do a lot more work that's, you know, more so creative. They don't meddle with that sort of stuff. They did movies like Moonlight, The Disaster Artist. What else did they do? They did this one movie, I think, with Daniel Radcliffe, where like he's a corpse.
I don't know
I
very
wanna
many
say
indie films except for the only two indie films I've seen anytime recently were Flatland and the one where Adolf Hitler wakes up in Germany.
Oh, he's back. I have heard of that indie film. That's a crazy film.
I haven't been able to track down the Mussolini version, but I know it exists. I know there's an Italian version.
I want to say that maybe Hereditary might have been under A24 or
Okay, let's let Proxim ask his last few questions.
I'm sorry, yeah, because I know Chris, you also brought up the whole Dan Angel thing with Netflix. I think at Phoenix Comic-Con, this is actually pretty interesting. Curtis, I don't know if this story's been announced, but I think Curtis was talking to me about it when I asked him about Dan versus being continued. But he told me something about Seth Green possibly continuing the series. Like he was interested in it.
Yeah. So we went into Netflix with Seth Green, and the idea would be to have him on and have his studio, you know, how's the production. But like I said, Netflix, at least at the time, wasn't particularly interested, though they were thrilled to meet with Seth Green. So.
Oh yeah, it's Seth Green.
Well, Netflix, from what I've heard in the last year or two, has been taking pretty much anything that's handed to them because they want to keep up with all the other. They're trying to keep up with Disney Plus. Like they've been accepting most things. Like maybe a few too many things. In fact,
my experience with them was that they were taking most things, but not us.
Hopefully, maybe second time's a charm. We'll see.
We have I have the full intentions of trying to get in touch with Dan Angel and throw a line to him now that we know which direction to direct that in.
Because here's the thing, Dan Angel, he's already on board. Like he would love to do the show some more. So
no, I mean, but we just need to we want to tell him that we've got he's got a whole fandom here waiting that's ready to gear up at a moment's notice to support him. I've got 350 people in my Discord, and I will ping them nonstop until they support him.
Fair enough. I like it.
To be fair, that number size, that's definitely bigger than your average movie theater, so that's definitely quite a number.
Okay, yes. In fact, yes, 350, or as some might put it, 700 half peoples, or as some other people might put it, 1,500 quarter peoples. You know, technically correct.
It's weird that you're fractionalizing people.
We got to get the numbers up.
Numbers.
We've got over 10 trillion atoms on our side.
You're breaking it down. It's like Plankton in Frozen Face Off. You started breaking it down, but then when you got
molecule by molecule, atom by atom.
But then the thing is that when you got to the atoms, it blew up.
Yeah, that's not the first time they've. Okay, anyway, let's just let Broxton continue. I'm sorry. I'll go back to grinding my Pidgey.
Yeah, I'm glad I was able to get that tidbit in, though, about Seth Green, because Curtis told me about that when I met him at Phoenix Comic-Con, which, by the way, he's amazing. He's just like us.
You know what's the great thing about Curtis is that if you meet him
Mother, I'm doing the interview. I would rather you not interrupt at this particular time. Thank you, Mother. Sorry.
Mother.
So the thing about Curtis is that if you meet him as a fan, he's super nice and respectful and kind and patient. And if you work with him, like week in and week out, he's the exact same way. He's just fantastic.
Perfect. Yeah, sorry about that. Some of my dogs are barking outside a little bit. Okay, I just have two more questions to ask. So the second to last question is, so what's your perspective on the episode's stupidity as of now, considering modern events that have occurred since the episode originally aired? I guess... no, sorry.
Well, Britain trying to control the EU didn't age well.
Let's see. So, what are my thoughts on it? You know, at the time that I wrote that, I thought that we had already sort of sunk as low as we were going to sink in terms of the presidency.
Oh, but Dan's deleted scenes made sure you'd sink even lower.
And, you know, it's funny, actually, when we were pitching this to Netflix with Seth Green, it was during the beginning of the 2016 election cycle. And so Trump wasn't really you know, he wasn't a threat of becoming president yet. He was still.
We thought it was going to be Jeb Bush.
Well, we thought it was going to be a Bush-Clinton election, right? So, so one of the things I said in the pitch was like, you know, if the Trump campaign has taught us nothing else, there's a lot of anger out there that's looking for a place to sit down.
The South Park tried that, and that didn't work out in the end because it turns out he didn't die after a month.
Right.
We had to actually stick with that afterwards when that wasn't the plan.
Yeah. So I would say, you know, the danger about stupidity was like less about politics and more about the culture sort of eating itself. Like you guys mentioned, everything is getting a reboot. It seems like they're making a lot less new stuff now, right? And it seems like
live action Powerpuff Girls.
What's it?
What?
Sorry, I just mentioned in terms of recent reboots because you're talking about how they're announcing a lot of reboots recently. They just announced the live action Powerpuff Girls just recently.
Yeah, and like I don't know.
Isn't there a Powerpuff Girls anime or something?
Yeah, that was back in the 2000s though, and then you had the 2016 reboot, which.
Oh yeah, M95. That's the Other Dan versus logo that we found that we forgot to mention last time.
Wow, that actually looks nice.
We're pretty sure it based on the color, but the orientation. We're pretty sure it's the second version that it came before the solid red one. But since the Versus is still small and it has the same font as all those later ones, but the Versus is still smaller, just like in the OG sketch graffiti-looking logo.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The color scheme is reminding me straight up Corey in the house.
Yeah,
Dan in the house.
Dan in the house. Okay.
So yeah, long story short of it is, you know, the thing about the Trump phenomenon is that it's not the same thing as the problem with in stupidity, which was sort of more complacency and mental laziness and all that. Like
Trump is the opposite of complacency.
Like the Trump base, like I mean, they have a horrible worldview, but they're really energized and engaged about it, right? So like it's even worse than what I was.
Yeah, the one I have on mine, it doesn't look quite as good since it's not on white. That's the first version of the logo, and I'm pretty sure the one underneath came right after that because it has the font from the newer ones, but look, the Versus is in the same spot.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, someone's banging on the walls over there.
Oh. Because like, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you guys originally base the governor off Romney in that episode?
He sort of had a George W. accent.
What's George W? Okay, I was gonna say.
Which George W. accent?
You know, I don't know about that, son. I just let the teachers teach. No.
Okay, so W. Bush, not HW.
No.
Wasn't there a Simpsons character who had an HW accent?
I think.
Well, they had actually George H.W. Bush as a character on The Simpsons once.
That's not what I meant, though. I meant, like, wasn't there a character whose voice was basically like an HW impression?
Yeah, let's see.
The guy who owned the gun store.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Herman.
Okay,
That guy.
Yeah, I do remember him. Yeah.
Okay, you on your last questions, Broxham? I think you have 2 left.
Yeah, this is my last question after this. But the other thing I want to bring up with stupidity is that the whole conspiracy with this secret society trying to make America dumber. It's kind of funny that popped up in the episode because nowadays there's all this talk about Russia meddling with certain stuff, and there's stuff about China. And it's kind of weird how that's kind of aged well, but also kind of terrifying.
We got the villains wrong though. It wasn't the EU, obviously.
And also Britain taking over the EU. Oof, that didn't quite work out.
It was.
Yeah, that's fine. Can't always.
The EU is warned
You know what's funny? The EU was created to stop Europe from falling into Germany's sphere of influence, and all it did was cause Europe to fall into Germany's sphere of influence. What? It's true.
What was the other thing I was going to say about it? I totally just remembered something, and I totally just lost it.
And France's, I guess.
Regarding the episode. What was it? Shoot, yeah, I think I lost it.
But yeah, it's totally, if it had been the Russians, then that would have been, prescient.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't he speak Russian? He was cooperating with Russians.
Oh, he did. Oh, so it is
Russian in it, as well as a little bit of Icelandic.
Oh, Icelandic. Oh shit.
I've
want to
actually never
learn-
found anyone who was able to translate what he was saying in that scene. I haven't gotten the chance yet.
That's because Maurice LaMarche speaks neither
I
Russian.
want to learn Russian.
What's it?
Relation.
Oh, so were you just saying random
I want
Russian
to learn
words then,
Russian.
Salmonella style?
No, so when he speaks Icelandic, he says "Ég tala ekki íslensku," which means I don't speak Icelandic.
Oh.
And,
What was he saying in Russian?
gosh, I don't even remember. It was just something like, hi, yes.
I like vodka, comrade.
Oh, it's good.
Okay, hi, or at least the hello. A hi is privyet. Hello is Stratsvutia.
That's what it is, yeah. So I took a year and a half of Russian,
Wow.
and
Is this
I think I
before or
just
after
threw in some
Crimea got
words there.
Putined?
This is back when I was in college, so
Okay,
well,
before.
Oh, nice. Russian's a tough language to learn.
yeah, I didn't do it well.
Hey, it's fine. It's fine, man.
Try to learn how to spell things.
Trying to learn a foreign language is
Oh,
difficult. Trust me.
Especially
Well,
like
The alphabet was easy because once
French, German, Russian.
I had to drop out of Spanish class because I couldn't roll my R's.
I was able to get through Spanish, but I will admit that's actually one of the foreign languages I do want to get back into later on, if I want to become bilingual.
Have you learned? Any of you know Esperanto?
Esperanto?
The international
No, I
language,
don't know
Esperanto.
I am aware of it.
Heard of
but
it? I don't know. I can't speak it.
Or there are a couple other international languages, like there's Volapük. If you're one, try that. I don't know.
Esperanto I liked because it was in the Stainless Steel Rat series of books.
Really
Yeah, the main character speaks it
cool.
like a native. He says.
There are technically kids who grew up with parents who speak Esperanto, so those do exist, but they're not particularly large in number. Okay, Broxham, what was your last question?
Okay, this is my last question. It's a good one. So, Chris, are you excited for the 10th anniversary of Dan Versus coming up in January?
New Year's Day.
Yep, January 2021.
You know, if it wasn't for COVID, I would be trying to. I'd be taking a trip out to Los Angeles and trying to get the crew together and stuff for it. But I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, at this rate. I mean, who knows? Maybe if the vaccine comes out in October, maybe. But I highly doubt it.
Yeah, but yeah, I am. I wouldn't say excited. I am amazed that it's already been 10 years.
Oh yeah, same here. I'm still blown away that like Adventure Time and regular show are now like 10.
Yep.
And both of those are over too.
Yeah, both those shows. And although Adventure Time is kind of still around if you count Distant Lands on HBO Max. Again, this is not sponsored by HBO Max, but if you like Adventure Time, go watch Distant Lands.
All right. Well, so that was your list. You got it.
Yep. I think
Eeny,
that's everything.
meeny, miny, M9. Oh wait, no, I'm supposed to ask the Magic 8 Ball. Magic 8 Ball. Can M95 go next?
CJ, before you sorry. I just wanted to thank you, Chris. Thank you, man. It was really great to ask you these questions and have this opportunity to join you. As someone who's grown up with Dan Versus, watching it since I want to say since I was like 13, 12.
I only barely let you in, considering you'd only just joined the Discord like a week ago.
No, I've been in the Discord for like a month.
Well, I only noticed you like 5 days ago.
It's fine. I meant to message you a while back, but I kind of got sidetracked with other
Okay.
stuff.
Anyway, concentrate and ask again, says the Magic 8 Ball. Okay, Magic 8 Ball. Should M95 go next? No, that doesn't make any sense. As I see it, yes, sure. M95, you're up.
All right, cool. All right, so first of all, hey Chris, I'm M95. I produce music. I do vectorization and Flash. I do pretty much a lot of stuff, to be honest. I mean, it's just a Swiss Army of a bunch of shit I've learned for the past years, I guess. But I'm also a person of quality. And one of my questions I wanted to ask was, well, first of all, do you know exactly what went down with the whole releasing to DVD thing for the series? Because there's only been season 1, as far as I know, on DVD. Not the rest, though.
I just assumed it was a rights issue. That's what I've been telling all the people in the in the 4-digit long list of comments I've been posting on Random Dan. Seriously, if you can find a Dan Versus video on YouTube that doesn't have me in the comment section, I'll be there soon.
I think the short answer is they released season 1 and it didn't sell enough, so they did.
Yeah.
somebody was talking about maybe trying to get one of the smaller DVD houses to do like a limited run for the fans or something. But
Maybe instead of seasonal DVDs, you should have gone with like themed DVDs.
I think Shout
Like-
Factory. Oh, sorry.
Like just like a random assortment of like 7 episodes or something with a random title, like what SpongeBob does.
That'd be a cool callback, kind of like to those to the 2000s when you had all those DVD releases. Like SpongeBob had like Seascape Capers and.
I remember I owned Lost at Sea. I watched that on many good trip.
I watched a lot of the Cartoon Network Halloween DVD compilations. Those were a lot of fun around Halloween time.
I think they still make them on occasion. DVDs aren't dead yet.
I don't really see them as often, but I do see some DVDs. Like, for example, OKKO and Steam Universe got seasonal releases for, like, their first...
Okay. We got to release Dan versus on VHS, Dan versus on Betamax, Dan versus on Super 8 1960s film.
You're forgetting about the Supreme format, Laserdisc.
Oh, are you forgetting about the Philips Video 2000 video cassette?
Oh,
Or
God,
what
you're
about
right.
the Video Now?
Oh yes, we got it. We can't forget
How
that.
about the
And-
Game Boy
and Game Boy
Advance?
Advance video.
The Game Boy, the Game Boy Advance video, like just
Jerk, you're right, man.
entirety of
I
Dan
totally forgot
versus.
about
Actually, you know what? If you have a Game Boy Advance ROM editor and some Game Boy Advance like blank cartridges, that's perfectly possible. You just need to downgrade the format. So, does anyone feel like doing that?
Unfortunately.
I
That
have a
would be
Game
an
Boy
interesting
Advance.
project to do.
I don't know, Chris Pearson. What would you want to see that Dan versus on Game Boy Advance video?
you know, I just own it on Amazon Prime, and I think that's good.
That's what I'm doing. I'm watching the series on Amazon as well. I still got to buy season 3.
I've watched it through perfectly legit means. Yes.
I
Whistle
can pretty much say
sounds.
that too. Like
Kiss,
I've supported
Kiss video.
and bought some of the episodes, or if not all the episodes, on Amazon because like that's the only place you can see them in
Correct.
quality right now.
Yes, that's
And,
a good job. Just say that and you will get through the trial
Yep,
fine.
but-
support the official release, please.
Streaming
like-
services, I don't know which one.
I pretty much also have them. I think the rips I have are straight from the Amazon uploads. I only say that because like the native resolution is capped at about 720,
Well, that's weird.
and I'm
Doesn't
pretty
Skull
sure-
Bionicle have like a 4K archive or something?
4K for Bionicle?
SB99, don't you know them? They've been on the Discord for like 6 months. Along with they do some other things.
I had no idea Bionicle was
some
in
other
4K.
things.
Cough, cough.
It's funny I brought up. Oh,
I'm not going to get upset if people, watch the show however they want to watch it. I think I just like it when people find
That's
the show.
not what the cough joke was for, but sure, let's go for that.
okay.
Yeah,
I would like
but-
to find some stuff for Danvers, but I have no idea where to look.
But
When it comes to
Define
like
stuff.
buying
Define stuff. What are we talking about?
yeah. There's a lot
physical
of stuff.
copies, like physical like memorabilia.
They didn't really make much of that. I think there's a guy on Etsy who's selling the jerk shirts.
Yeah, we had a Zazzle stuff store or whatever, but they never really did merch.
And there was a Flash game on the website, which we found in a Chinese website.
It
I
was.
thought was lost, but
I found it.
thanks to the internet.
Thanks to the glorious People's Republic of China. I'm saying they definitely aren't in this room with guns. Ha ha ha.
Oh no. Oh
They're
no.
Which that
definitely
game
not
is
pointing at my
interesting too.
temple.
Like
Possibly a boking accident.
because it was a Flash game and because the show was Flash as well, like some of the I feel like some of the legit assets were used for that.
Yes.
At least for some of the like the pieces, like the animations and all that.
They were.
And I just find that really cool, like how that's
Yeah.
just there. So
No, they used the assets from the show for the Flash game.
Nice.
Oh, also M95. I just wanted to answer your question real quick regarding a physical media release. I actually noticed Shout Factory has been taking a lot of old properties and they're putting them on like DVD collections and stuff like that. Like for example, Gravity Falls, their fan base, they were actually able to send letters to I think one of the executives at Disney.
The Daria fandom cried loud enough, and after 15 years, they got a DVD. Except, that wasn't exactly ideal. There was some stuff about music licensing because that was one of
Yeah.
those shows. But
Gravity Falls, though, they were able to get a full series release on both Blu-ray and DVD as part of a full collection. And I think it would be incredible if Dan Versus got the same treatment by Shout
There
Factory.
you go. See, don't bother Dan Angel, bother Shout Factory.
What's Shout Factory? Is that from?
They're a distribution company when it comes to making DVDs and Blu-rays.
Got it. I'll call up my army of Smurfs. You fools! I have 30 alternate accounts.
Like seriously, that blows me away. Gravity Falls is able to get a full physical DVD release because the fandoms were demanding Disney. We want this.
So you're saying I need to be loud and obnoxious? Okay, I can.
Maybe
do
not.
that.
Okay, maybe not obnoxious, but at least loud enough. So that
Got it. I can be loud.
Just be a million Dans just yelling
email,
in the air.
Just go to Shout Factory, email the executive, and be like, "We want a full release."
I'll email him with all 1,000 alternate accounts, and also I'll call upon my 350 Discord people, even though I'm pretty sure half of them are dead. Let's not get into that.
Because like no joke, if they put Dan versus on like Blu-ray and DVD from Shout Factory, I'd totally buy it. With like
the show would probably have more.
Blu-ray definitely. That would be
correct me
cool.
if I'm wrong, but weren't at least the first 2 seasons, and I think briefly the 3rd season, all up on YouTube for free on Stars Media's channel, and then they all disappeared? What happened with that? Do you know anything about that, Chris?
No.
The entire show was up in HD on the official Stars Media YouTube channel. I couldn't get season 3 in my region, but I know
do
for a
remember
fact it was
this.
out there.
I
Season
do
3
remember
was
this.
out there too, but just not in Canada for some reason. But I think it was either 2015 or 2016, they just took them all down, and I'm not sure why. What's with that? It was after the hub shut down, so that's not it.
Probably. Well, it might be.
No, it was after that. It was 2016, according to the way back. So
Maybe Stars, maybe their license expired or something.
might be.
Possibly.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. For that first question I asked, because I collect a lot of stuff. Like, I have, of course, the first season of the show, and I ripped it. I think it was a couple months ago because it had 5.1 audio, and I love messing with like 5.1 stuff. Like, it's got the stereo channels and the center track and all that, and it's really useful for this thing I was trying out. I think someone else started it and actually did more work than I did before me. It was, funnily enough, somebody in the I'm pretty sure that they were in the My Little Pony fandom, because it was a project.
Rising.
We're sorry, Jerk. We're sorry. Sometimes MLP is gonna come up. I apologize.
Yeah. It was a project designed to preserve all the voices of the characters, and I think someone, of course, did Dan at some point.
What, you mean like one of those AI voice synthesis
Yeah.
things?
It was trained off of Dan's voice, and it's still out there to try out too. It's just it doesn't sound that convincing because there's not enough data to work with. It's just the entirety of the usable season 1.
The Homer Simpson one sounded fine.
They should make that voice on your GPS that tells you which way to go. They should have a Dan version of that.
Yeah. They've sold so many different GPS voices. There was a Daria one being sold for like a year back in the early 2000s. We need Dan. I need Dan to tell me to turn left, you jerk.
God, I can't imagine.
Turn left, you jerk! It's like, if you don't,
turn,
if you go in, it's rerouted.
Recalculating.
Like after like 5 minutes, like of recalculating, Dan just goes, "Oh my God, recalculate already!"
I feel like he would be hot-headed enough to.
Jerk,
like,
this car isn't aquatic, right? That's a bridge.
Or you've reached your destination. Great.
Has to be very. What's the word I'm looking for? Not
Murderous?
very cynical.
Misanthropic?
Or you slam on your brakes. What was that?
Yeah,
for?
misanthropic.
Keep going. Just ram into him.
Kind of like the quote of Dan versus the dinosaur. Drive.
Yeah,
just exactly.
or like after he hits the cyclist.
Dan commits mass nanicide.
Dude, poor Chris in that episode though.
Don't
He hit a
worry, it's
cyclist.
fine.
The fact that the dude didn't live, that's just.
I think we hit a cyclist. Keep driving,
He
it's
is
fine.
not fine.
What?
He's not fine.
Are you sure? I saw him get up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Actually, I like Ben's role in the dinosaur. That was a fun episode because it's one of the only episodes where Ben gets to be on his own. So that was fun.
Yeah, that was.
Would have been cool to see an episode during Family Cruise where he shows up to the house and is like, "Where's everyone?"
Yeah, that would have been.
No, just sees Dan tying in the chair. I don't want to go to your stupid cruise anyway. Falls. That's when he enters the house.
Oh please, Dan has gotten out of situations worse than that before.
We get a Dan and Ben buddy cop episode, or like a God of War episode, God of War 4. Dan's Kratos,
Kinda like-
Ben is the kid.
Kind of like that one episode from The Simpsons where Homer Simpson and Ned Flanders are working together to stop crime.
Yeah, that'd be fun. It's funny you brought up Simpsons because some of the
Danny
writers.
Deeds done for free.
Chris, some of the writers on Dan were from The Simpsons, so I guess that probably explains why Stupidity has aged so well. The Simpsons curse of things becoming real has come to Dan Versus.
There were no writers from The Simpsons on Dan Versus.
Did you guys? But by the way, I told Dan this on Facebook. The last intact ice sheet in Canada collapsed last month. So
yeah,
you guys called that.
Yeah.
Sorry. No. So the writers on The Simpsons, the writers on Dan Versus. I mean, it was me, Dan. It was Eric and Kirill, who they went on to do Baby Daddy, and now they're working on Sydney to the Max on Disney.
Oh, nice.
And then we had freelance episodes from Brian Turner and Garrett Frawley, who went on to do other animated stuff and do a lot of like Hallmark Christmas movies.
Oh,
and
nice.
Mel Fox did a bunch of freelance stuff, and she's done a lot of episodes for a lot of other stuff. But no, there's been no, other than the fact that we're both at Film Roman, there's no crossover.
Okay, that's probably why, because in the promotional material it said from the creators of The King of the Hill and The Simpsons. So like, yeah.
Yeah, they did Film Roman.
Okay, my apologies, Chris. I'm sorry about that.
If Dan Versus gets rebooted, I hope they take the gumball approach and make some more jabs at the fandom.
Yes. Oh yes, that would be amazing.
Early Dan, me scared.
I will say you're never going to hurt my feelings comparing us to The Simpsons.
Early Simpsons, anyway.
I guess you're right. I guess it's more of a compliment because yeah.
Everything from the first 10 seasons, though. A lot of people think, most people I've talked to say that the principal and the pauper is when Simpsons went downhill. I disagree. Season 10 was fine. It was the Jockey Elves episode. That's when it all went downhill.
Fair enough.
mean, the Popper is told to be a very bad episode, but I bet there were some still good episodes after that.
I'm sure they still make
episodes. I was randomly at a CD exchange. I was randomly given the 8th season of The Simpsons. It's like, kid, take this.
I inherited the 10th season and the first season from a friend.
Oh, nice.
Just random assortment there.
Cool.
Beginning and end of the golden age.
Yeah.
Have any more questions, M9?
Yeah. Okay. So my next question, I guess, would be this: what, if any, were the plans for, like, were there any plans to release, say, a soundtrack from the show? And I know that's kind of, it's an interesting question because, it's not like the majority of the music on the show was like, that really warranted a soundtrack, but it's just a curious question because the music is pretty all right. I mean, especially during what was it, Dan Versus the High School reunion, where they had all the parodies of like the specific like tracks you'd hear at like that kind of like, prom. It was just specific parodies of particular songs, especially at the end. It was
Everybody Wants to Rule the World by Tears for Fears. That was a question I had. Whose decision was it to put that in there?
That would have been our director, Brian Cheesley, would have been the one who asked for that specific song.
Yeah. The band and the Ninja Sex Party did a great cover of that song.
So that's why Ninja Dave stayed in the show. But
oh no.
So
sorry, I gotta go send that idea to someone.
Ninja Dave joins Ninja Sex Party.
I'll tell
Brian,
SB99 about that.
Great episode.
Ninja Brian has new competition.
Okay, I'm sure SB99 would love to hear that.
As far as I know, no plans to release any soundtrack for it.
I totally buy the Dan Versus soundtrack. I mean,
I would as well.
I'd pirate it.
Dude, if we can get Steven Universe's full lineup on like iTunes and Spotify, who's to say we can't get Dan Versus?
Yeah.
like I really wish like that there'd be like a CD.
Knowing the internet, there'd probably
something.
be a Nightcore version that got 10 times more views.
Yeah,
Some kind of release like that, like for Dan Versus, and also King of the Hill too, because it's like some of the songs they've had in that show, like the cover of, what was it? It was Blue Moon over Kentucky.
Huh.
That was covered in one of the episodes where like they formed a bluegrass band, and it was Dale, Boomhauer, Hank, Bill, and I think Connie. They formed a band called the Dale Gribble Bluegrass Experience. They did a cover of Blue Moon over Kentucky. So
That just reminds me of
I've heard worse band
Johnny
names.
That reminds me of Johnny Mitchell. Or I don't know. It was a never mind. Carry on.
but yeah, I mean, you can imagine too, like if the theme song for the show was ever to like be released, that could be like the starter point. For the soundtrack.
We'll
Like,
make sure of that.
but I don't know. That's
It's all part of the grand plan. Step 1, find lost media. Check. Step 2, get show rebooted. Check.
Wait.
Step 3, step 4, profit.
Camjer, I just had a great idea. What if the lyrical version of the Dan vs. theme song was included exclusively as a part of the Dan vs. full release soundtrack?
What? No, we were going to release that.
I know, but I'm just saying, like,
But yeah,
I'm just saying, like, if you need some extra money, I'm just saying. You know, you got to make people pay for it on, like, Spotify or iTunes. You want to listen to the full version with lyrics? Got to go to iTunes.
I also hate the fact that Google Play, like Google Music is shutting down because I don't want to use YouTube Music.
I use Spotify now. Spotify's not bad.
I buy music and I put on an SD card on my phone. How the fuck am I supposed to listen to it?
Oh, okay, yeah.
The goddamn
Okay,
subscription? Fuck the subscription.
Yeah. Yeah,
Step
Spotify.
37, get a Zinder Kursk included in reboot.
It's just direct download for Spotify for me if I want to listen to songs offline.
yeah.
But it is a big library.
I use SoulSeek for that. It's this peer-to-peer software that's still. I think it's an old piece of software that's still alive, and people share music like tons of music. And I pretty much only listen to
Old software being kept alive. Have you ever heard the tragedy of 3D Movie Maker, the long-lasting?
3D printed Dan versus.
I never got to use 3D Movie Maker.
That's the oldest form still running on the internet.
Yeah, it's still going.
It's the Energizer Bunny of programs.
Going.
Are you sure that's just not Windows? Not MS-DOS?
You have more questions?
That's pretty much it. I think everything I would have wanted to know, I think, has been covered in the past couple interviews. So
Okay.
yeah, that should be it. But thank you for answering. It's
Sure. I wish I knew more about some of this stuff.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, before we go on the next one, look at that. Look at the pie chart. It's just sad.
Oh, no.
You don't know what that means because I couldn't fit the whole image in there, but trust me, it is just sad.
I remember seeing the graph.
That's the percentage of Dan versus fanfics by word count, and the 94% are MLP crossovers.
I totally would write Dan versus fanfiction, but because I'm trying to take my screenwriting a little more seriously, I've actually been experimenting, and I've actually written a couple things of Dan versus, but in the screenwriting format, kind of, you know, it's just that did it over the summer. It was actually a lot of fun.
Cool. Yeah, you know, I mean, when I moved out to LA back in '99, they didn't really have fan fiction, but you were expected to write a spec show.
Fan fiction has been a thing since the 70s.
Right. It wasn't as big a thing, let's say.
It took off at the end of the 90s. And in
internet
fact,
just-
I think the Daria fandom was partially responsible for that, and then the Harry Potter fandom too. Those two.
Yeah, Harry Potter's a big one, yep.
And literally Google like fandom shipping on Wiki. They specifically mention the Harry Potter fandom, the Daria fandom, and the Xena fandom all have entire sections on the Wiki.
Xena.
Oh yeah, Harry Potter, definitely Harry Potter.
But
They're
yeah,
the but Daria actually comes first on the out of the three that they mention.
That blows my mind though. Daria of all shows, holy crap.
They had the first ever shipping war, the Dent Dom shipping war,
Oh, really? Okay.
and then the Xena one happened like 6 months after that. Harry
To be
Potter
fair,
came a
the
few
ship
years
wars
later.
have gotten a lot more interesting if you go into certain fandoms. Like, just look at My Hero Academia.
Look at just Google Daria multiverse if you feel bored and you want to question your sanity for a while.
I always
I'm gonna do that.
What?
I'm gonna do that.
What'd you say, Broxham?
I said I might as well do that.
Okay, sure. You're not asking questions right now. Google either Daria multiverse or Daria Judith, and you'll find an interesting set of stuff. Trust me.
You got it.
Okay. Anyway, M95. Now I'm staring at early Dan and his creepy smile. You got anything else to ask?
Nah, I'm pretty much good on that regard.
Okay, well,
right.
Creepy Dan stares me in the face. Chris waits for us to announce, and Broxham has his mind blown. I'd say that we go for the only person who has anything left.
M. Night Fight, you just changed it again. That's the prototype Dan.
That's the fake early Dan.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
Eggplant Dan.
Magic 8 Ball, should Rafe go next?
Watch it say no.
No.
As I see it, yes.
Man, I started thinking about it. Man, a Dave versus console game would
Yeah,
actually
we
be a lot
made
of
it all
fun.
the way through without anybody getting rejected by the Magic 8 Ball.
It's feeling merciful today.
It's generous.
I was that close to just getting like popped like a balloon. Hi, as you can see, I'm Rafe LaNore. I am mostly known as RonZak online.
Can you turn up your mic a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit. Not too much.
Let me get to the settings. I am still recording this entire call.
Broxham, how's your mind blowing been going?
Wait.
Okay, I'm seeing a lot of pages for wikis. I'm seeing fanfic, Daria Multiverse, World Hopper, Alternate Universe, Dark. Oh, good lord.
Okay. How about Broxham? We'll let you tend to that for a few minutes. Now, Rafe, what's your first question?
Okay.
I'm still listening though.
I think I got this good now. Is it good?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I've been like making music, drawing, animating, even making my own. I like have a lot of like shows and I've been thought out like Demon Keepers, which is like somebody said like I'm talking about like that, where I like have like 5 characters that just live in a house and have to deal with the cold world while like humans and demons live in the same place. It's weird. But talking about that sense of like show writing, do you think it's important for a show to have an overarching continuity, not just an episodic continuity?
You know, that's really depends on who you're trying to sell it to, right?
Yeah, I'd say it depends on genre too. Like
Yeah, because I remember in the episode of Dan versus the Monster Under the Bed, he goes to Canada.
Wait, what did you say? It sounded like you said Dan versus the Monster Method.
Monster Under the Bed.
That would have been a good episode, though.
turn up the Linkin Park.
Dan versus Florida Man. Dan versus Florida Man.
Dan is the Florida Man, just in Canada.
Dan
But like
versus the Florida Man would be incredible.
Yeah.
Have you seen all those news articles that come out about crazy men from Florida?
Yeah.
Oh man, Dan would totally just like have a field day with those.
Maybe Dan was really born in Florida all along, just like Chris was born in Harrisburg.
But Dan wears a shirt. He can't be Florida Man.
yeah.
Oh.
So
I guess we'll have
like-
to let Tommy Vercetti handle that.
because when Dan goes to Canada, he comments on how Canada didn't recover from the avalanche back when he and Chris in episode Dan versus Canada destroyed the glacier.
Dan heals
causing,
very fast. His great-great-grandfather might have been Wolverine or something. He lived
Okay.
102,
Wouldn't
you
surprise
know.
me.
That was
Surprise me.
all right. That was good. Here's my next one here. How did you feel when I have like a 2 up here? How did you feel when the show won 2 awards?
Oh, the Emmys, yeah.
So the show, we got nominated for Daytime Emmys twice for the show as a whole. Our directors won for Best Directing, and that was super exciting, although actually they were on different nights, so I wasn't there the night that our directors won.
Oh.
I was next night when we lost to George Lucas for Best Special Class Animated Picture.
God damn you, George Lucas! Not again.
Laser
It was Daytime Emmy Award 2013 for Outstanding Directing in an Animated
Remember the
Program.
South Park episode with
And
George
it was-
Lucas?
Was that
And
the
it
same?
was also Kids Screen Award 2014 for Best Animated Series.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, the Kids Screen Award. So it was funny. I didn't even know we were nominated for a Kids Screen Award, and somebody came into my office and said, "Hey, you guys won a Kids Screen Award." And I was like, "Oh, great!"
Did you ever
Like,
get nominated for a KCA?
I don't know. What that is. Probably not.
Or did
The
you ever
only
get
downside if
nominated
you-
for the Kids' Choice Awards?
The only downside if you got nominated for a KCA, SpongeBob would just hog it.
Yeah.
Like he always does.
Not true. He's lost once since the show came out.
Right, Loud House.
Oh, has that happened? Since then, I was referring to his 2008 Lost Avatar.
Oh wait, really? Oh, Avatar. Okay, Avatar makes sense because Avatar is a fantastic.
So see, it's
show.
not rigged. Just because every year since 1991 a Nickelodeon cartoon has won. It was Rugrats every year, then
I
it was
know.
SpongeBob every year,
I just-
and Avatar and Loud House both took one.
Okay, because I feel bad because like Gravity Falls was nominated one year and it didn't win, and I just got super upset.
Nothing that wasn't Nickelodeon has won since 1991, and even before that, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have won 5 years on the row, and that narrowed on Nick sometimes.
Yeah, I think
So-
Uncle Grandpa actually did a parody of the KCA in one of their episodes where they had a whole crossover.
Uncle Grandpa won everything. I've seen that clip, and only two
Yeah,
of
that's-
those awards made sense.
They had to have been parodying KCA, SpongeBob winning every year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, but when I was I was following the daytime Emmys from home on my phone, and when I saw that the directors had won, I freaked out a little bit. I was really happy for him.
Great.
I was sad that Curtis never won. He got nominated
For a voice actor.
voice actor in 2013 and didn't win. And I always thought he is just in general, Curtis is undervalued as a tremendous actor and voice actor.
Oh, he is. Yeah,
He did a great job as Dan.
Yeah, I love Dan.
He does other voices too. Like, what's that one kid from
Snot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Snot.
It's not.
American Dad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I could tell it when he was screaming.
He
it's like,
uses the
it's
same
Dan.
voice for every. He's one of those voice actors who uses pretty much the same voice for all his characters. So
Like the
Scott
voice
and Dan
actor
have
for-
essentially the same voice.
Like the voice actor for Kronk and Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you've got me. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
He's kind of like Jay Miller, and he's got a fantastic voice that he doesn't try to do other voices, you know?
Oh,
Oh,
yes, the
I do
fantastic.
I guess now it also could be a good time to bring up, oh man, what's her name? The voice actress for Elise. Do you guys?
Oh, Paget Brewster.
Paget Brewster.
Paget,
yeah.
yes. She's actually been doing a lot of good work recently. Like oh man, I just totally lost her name. What's her name? Della on DuckTales. She's Della Duck on DuckTales right now, which is incredible.
She is,
Yeah.
in real life, she is about the fun. Like, we were working with Dave Foley, who's a comedy and sketch comedy hero of mine from way back.
And
And,
he's a Flick from Bug's Life.
yep. And Paget is, in real life, just as funny as Dave Foley. She's just got this incredibly dry, smart sense of humor. She's really great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see Paget still doing work, and I really love her work as Della on DuckTales. Seriously.
You know, just all those guys, they'll all work forever because they're really talented. And
Yeah, it's good. I like that. It's good. It's good to hear.
I actually have been hired as a voice actor for a show that I didn't create, and
Oh,
it's-
really? Was this?
It's called Noble Blood. We're still trying to get the first episode done, but I'm actually also making the music since the person who was supposed to basically get the creator. And there's that
Apparently,
squirrel again.
One of the people on my Discord
God,
has
the
been
squirrel's
helping
back.
Dan with his new project.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Dan Mandel?
Yeah.
Really? That's cool.
He has some new project or something, and one of the people on my Discord is doing art for him or something.
Well, that's
Oh,
fantastic.
really?
There's that squirrel again out there.
You guys didn't know about that? Did he not tell you? He DM'd me that.
I don't think.
I didn't know Dan
think
was working on a new project. Holy crap! That's.
I think I
amazing.
knew that. I think you may have told. I think somebody.
He has some
may have told
comic
me.
thing or something planned upcoming, and Born Salty's been doing some art for him.
That's nice.
Awesome.
Yeah. Hopefully they get some traction.
Yeah. I also made the theme song for the show, and I think I called the song "When the Anchor Broke," or I think something
Okay,
when you lost the anchor.
Broxham, your gray matter is still intact, yes?
Yeah, I was looking at the Daria wiki, dude. This puts Rick and Morty to shame.
I warned you. I tried to warn you. It's
Once I saw the numbers going to the 1,000, I was like, I gotta stop.
okay.
Okay, the Daria reboot needs to reference that multiverse in some way. They need to.
I don't see
That'd be
how they
incredible.
do that.
Honestly, I think it'd be
Okay.
hysterical if they had a whole episode based around that concept. I think it'd be funny.
I don't know. The Daria fandom probably wouldn't mind. I don't know. I
So-
haven't been there in a while.
I know that
I may
that
have accidentally caused the Daria fandom to split in half after some Stalin memes got a little out of hand.
Oh no.
Oh, dear.
Long
That's
story.
not
I
good.
made a joke about that in the top 10 list. It's the truth, though. It happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Enough about this.
my
Bronson,
third,
you should probably stop looking into that before your brain melts.
Yeah, don't worry. I stopped minutes ago.
my third question was already answered, kind of way. If the show had a fourth season, what were episode ideas or general ideas, like characters, episode topics, and locations?
Actually, I would say to that there's sort of in reference to your first question. I would have wanted to have more of an overarching story.
Excellent,
nice.
perfect. I've got one line right here. It involves chemical weapons, a governmental conspiracy, the EU, Russia, and the imposter becomes an insurance guy who tries to frame Dan for human trafficking. Just hire me whenever you want.
I'll keep that in mind.
I may have
Nice.
just spoiled some upcoming stuff in my fanfic.
I like to have an overarching story. Sometimes there might be multiple that end up happening, kind of like what people would call arcs.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But
Like
that's what I'm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing with like Demon Keepers.
Yeah. Well, for us, we we never knew what was going to get approved week after week, and so we didn't want to like set something up and then have the finale.
They saved the weird stuff for the deleted scenes.
So what we do is we try to be retroactively consistent, but like if we got in a fourth season, I would have wanted to say, okay, here's the overarching plot of this season, and then each one will be a standalone episode that fits into that, right?
Okay. Yeah, I
like
can see
there
that
are some
working out.
characters that were set up to possibly return, maybe like the dentist or
Dennis,
obviously you
Imposter
said
Dan,
and
Boss.
possibly
oh,
the boss.
Tyra, and Tyra too, the T-Rex.
You're just listing the ones I named in my top 10 video.
I know, but everyone forgets about Tyra.
Yeah,
I
Tyra is
didn't.
great,
I
too.
remembered her.
Well,
I did
thank
as
you.
well.
You get a
That's
round of applause for actually remembering Tyra the T-Rex.
I could never forget her, and it definitely wasn't because I had just read a unfinished Dan versus fanfic where she was a character. That's definitely not it.
Obviously,
I feel like she'd probably be
Horton-
one of the more difficult ones to bring back, though, because she was stuck on a deserted island.
They found a way to do it in a fanfic. They turned her into a human.
Maybe.
What?
Dan versus Science. It's like the 20th most longest Dan versus
Lizard Man.
fanfic,
Oh, God.
which is third if you don't count MLP fics.
I don't know. I was
Okay.
kind of thinking Tyra would come back like kind of like Lost World, Jurassic Park, where she'd be put on a ship again and be sent back to LA in some way.
Obviously, we need to get her to fight Godzilla.
Or that, too. That'd be amazing.
Okay, here's this one. How much were the main characters based on you and Dan? I found out that at least with Dan, it didn't just share his name because of lactose intolerancy, but what about you?
I would say a lot more than you'd think. So, what are the... So, okay, yeah, Dan, he's really lactose intolerant. There are some other things like... I'm trying to think what would be a good chat-friendly example. Well, for me, I can tell you that...
example. Mandel's already destroyed the standards for that. Should I mention the deleted scene yet?
Oh no.
So,
Oh, God.
here's what I'll say. For me personally, I really am married to Elise.
Yeah, we've seen her. Yeah.
Yep. She's actually a swing dancer. She was anyway. She's
Nice.
she's a medical.
That fits with Elise's character
Dancing.
wanting to dance.
Yeah,
Right.
it fits.
She really did grow up traveling. Her parents were State Department, so like she grew up all over the world. She's not actually a
Oh,
ninja.
that's awesome.
For
As
me,
far as you know.
for me, I absolutely
Everyone
hate
has their secrets.
appetite. I have eaten inorganic things by accident without noticing.
Oh,
Uh,
no.
Like sometimes a rapper gets involved. There's like you just kind
Okay, yeah. It's happened to all of
Yeah.
us. It's happened to me, too. It happens to all of us.
To quote an Arcade Fire song, we all got things to hide.
At the Canada story, I actually do have an ancestor who fled Canada after attempting to axe murder the whole him wandering into the woods and coming
Yep.
back.
Yeah, don't
Yep, I
don't
read this
worry.
last interview.
Somebody
My-
tell BuzzFeed that. That could get the show some attention.
My family like
Dan versus BuzzFeed,
history
make it happen.
back then. My family has a murder suicide in it, so
Different
no.
things. Let's see what else. This is not a great story, but I actually did hit a guy on a bike in my car once, which is really
Oh,
Oh,
God.
no.
I was almost hit by a car while I was waiting for the bus one day, and I was standing in my driveway, and here I hear a go past the bus, and then was going to my driveway. I had to jump back, and I was so close to getting hit, and then drove past another car. I as a person can be very spiteful with idiots like that. I really wish he crashed.
So for me, there's a guy biking in the passing lane of a 3-lane street, and it was 2:00 in the morning, and it was foggy, and he was fine, but like that came from somewhere real, and actually
Yeah.
a pretty striking number of things from that are based on the real Dan and Chris and Elise.
Yeah. like sometimes life moments can really inspire writing, and that's
OC, Chris, do not steal.
What's that?
I've
He said, "OC, do not steal, Chris."
yeah, like I
Username
obviously
Chris. OC Chris. Definitely not self-insert.
I've obviously like with the characters I've written, like the characters I've made, like some of them have like are a musician, some of them had like a family member not be in their lives for years on end and then randomly come back in their life. That happened to me. And I wrote that for the character Race, which is one of the 5 main characters for game characters, the one that owns the house. Like everybody else lives in there. He's like, fine, I'll give you a house, but geez Louise, this is a weird life for me.
If I ever got that Dan 3D model, got taken care of it with GTA thing and a few other things, I have some vague outlines for a GTA SA Machinima series with Dan that would have been, as my brain thought line interpreted it, something along the lines of, what's it called? Give me a sec. I have it in my notes right here.
It's funny you bring up Dan versus GTA because Uncle Al, he's a YouTuber that does voice impressions of cartoon characters. He did a whole video of Courage in GTA, and it's hysterical.
Okay, I remember there's like an idea that me and my brother had, who he's in prison, but like most likely gonna get out of next year.
Okay.
Like,
It would have been like Dan versus GTA San Andreas Machinima little short series that would have been along the lines of the Gaming Lemons old Machinimas mixed with SMG4 mixed with Sonic for Hire.
Oh,
nice!
Nice.
Those last 2 are great.
Got some nice picks in there. Nice.
But it's like we had an idea where we could, like,
if you want to know what I would have done with it, it would have started with Dan. It would have just Dan would have accidentally blown up the entire cast of GTA San Andreas and been forced to work with the blind Chinese guy for a little bit. And then eventually he would have ended up killing him, and then I'd slowly get more you'd have to break Invader Zim out of Area 51, and it would end with him. At least would have been the villain, and it would have ended with him. Oh yeah, and there would have been a cameo from Mazinder Kursk, except in this universe he gets murdered pretty quickly, unfortunately, because I got a cameo of my boys. Elise is the villain. They kill her, and then some characters show up. Like, Dan gets hired to assassinate Eric Cartman because he has a 3D model easily available. I just basically just throw crap at the wall, see what sticks. I was going to have Dan, in the end, run off with Stalking.
Okay.
Stalking? For Panty and Stalking?
Yes, I shipped that.
Holy crap. Okay, it's funny. I actually had an idea a couple years back for a Panty, Stalking, and Dan versus crossover, and I think
somebody already wrote that.
I read it. It's actually not bad, actually. It's pretty accurate.
Yeah, like
I have a few minor problems.
Yeah. Me and my brother wanted to make like a series on like Grand Theft Auto 5, and it would be kind of like similar to Red versus Blue.
Oh yeah, Red versus Blue. That's a great show.
Yep.
I remember watching that growing up. A little bit of it.
I remember watching it too.
Red versus Blue is the second longest running web series.
I know, it's impressive.
Can anyone guess what's first?
Props to Rooster Teeth.
What?
Isn't it Eddsworld?
No.
Eddsworld is a good guess though.
That's in the top 10. I was looking for
It can't be. Oh yeah, I was about to say Homestar Runner. It was going through my list.
Yeah, it's Homestar Runner. Yep.
Does Chris know what Homestar Runner is?
Yes.
Okay,
nice.
that's like just turned 20, I think, or something.
Okay.
Easy. Homestar Runner's been around way longer than I expected.
Yeah.
Well, technically, it's been running continuously since 2000, but the first short technically dates back to like 1996 or something.
Whoa. Okay, never mind.
All right. Here we go.
Okay, they had a book, like a comic book type thing, made in 1996. Then they made 2 shorts in 1999, and then they started full time in 2000.
Nice.
Jesus.
All right.
Wow. Props to the Homestar Runner creators. God damn.
Yeah.
The Homestar Runner fan base. Well, it's not the most insane I've seen. I've seen some insane fandoms. You know what I'm talking about now.
Oh yeah, we've all had our experiences. Trust me.
And even the Invader Zim fandom did some complicated stuff a while. I mean, okay, the Invader Zim fandom didn't go full DC Comics like the Daria fandom did, but they have their own unique flair to them.
Mm.
Other than the fact, I think the Invader Zim fandom has way too much yaoi. They need to cut back on that a bit.
I always thought Invader Zim fandom was kind of like more on the edgy goth side.
Maybe I counted 82% of the fanfics are some sort of shipping, and it's about half that's yaoi.
Okay.
That fandom. It's not as bad as the Dan versus fandom. You don't want to see our statistics on that front. It's not good, trust me, especially if you eliminate the MLP stuff.
Oh my god.
Someone create the Ohio meme. Wait, it's
Ben
all
in the
Yowie.
house.
Wait, it's all Yowie. Always has been.
Has been.
Always has been.
Always has been.
Okay.
But I'm the guy with the
Also-
gun there. I'm gonna take care of this problem.
Okay, M95, I just noticed your profile pic change. You son of a bitch.
I'm the first one that noticed it. It fits so well too.
Someone needs to just do an edit where Dan's face is over Corey.
Okay.
Or reanimate Corey in the House's intro with Dan.
We need to reboot Corey in the house, except the entire cast has been replaced by Dan.
Oh God.
It's like those random like progressive ads where it's just the one who plays Flo and is all the characters.
We need to reboot Thundercats War. Wait, no, you can't reboot Ren and Stimpy. That's controversial.
Well, no, Ren and Stimpy is getting rebooted. It's coming on Comedy Central.
People are complaining. I mean.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
The only
Yeah.
it's mainly because of associated with John Kay, but he's not a part of it anymore. He's long gone.
Yeah, there was supposed to be a Clarence and Uncle Grandpa crossover, but they canceled that when the creator of
That
Clarence
actually,
did some
yeah,
stuff.
because that I know about because they foreshadowed it in the Steven Universe Uncle Grandpa crossover.
And it got canceled when Skylar Page did some bad stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the show didn't actually get canceled. It continued for.
I mean, the crossover got canceled. They didn't
Okay,
want
the
to.
crossover, yeah.
They wanted to cut association.
Yeah.
Same reason why the Loud House SpongeBob crossover was canceled when the Loud House's creator got canceled.
Yeah.
Okay. If I'm
But,
here's my-
here's a quick trivia. Can any of you name the one show SpongeBob's had a crossover with?
Big Time Rush.
Correct.
Do it.
You get a
I was-
prize. You get
Thank you.
this imaginary cookie.
I remember that episode because Patty just shows up out of nowhere and they have to help him find a treasure.
Okay.
Never actually seen
I
that,
need
but
to-
I know it exists.
Yeah, you can find it on Twitter or YouTube. People have posted it.
If I'm correct, Dan versus the Family Cruise was slated as the finale, right?
None of the
Yes.
season finales were the actual season finales. Dan versus Dan was the real season 1 finale. Dan versus Chris was the real season 2 finale, and Dan versus the Family Cruise was the real season 3 finale.
Yeah.
I think
But
I
in
think Jim
episode
Christopher was the
order,
one that actually
but,
made it as a finale, like in terms of episode order.
but an episode order error happened, and Dan versus Summer Camp ended up being the final episode aired.
Yeah.
Was
With
that a
some
bit-
shows like the production and the production order of the episodes is actually like public knowledge, like SpongeBob, so that's how they rank them. They don't rank them
Yeah.
by airing order, but with other shows like The Simpsons, they mess that up all the time, and we don't generally know the production order till later.
Yeah.
I can't
So-
blame Simpsons. Though.
I've
They've got
asked Chris,
so
and
many
while we know a
seasons.
few
When is point-
details, I still don't know the full. I'm hoping that somebody has a list of the full episodes in production order so we can watch them as originally intended, but I doubt that.
Which finale do you prefer, and were you at all disappointed with the error?
Well, so here's the deal. With Family Cruise, we got some last-minute network notes that I kind of feel weakened the ending of it. So I think the way that we had it written, I would have preferred that as the finale. But as it worked out, I think I'm actually happier with the Dan versus Summer Camp.
Yeah, they both fit in their own way. I love that last like big
Season
scene.
3 worked out. Season 1 and 2, not so much. Those only really had one episode that would have worked as the finale, and they both
Yeah.
got messed up.
So for that one climactic scene at when they're going into the what is it, like the parallelogram?
Yeah.
What is it? The
Vortex. Yeah, but,
Vortex.
the vortex
Time
parallelogram.
the Catalina parallelogram.
Catalina parallelogram. That scene is one of the most beautiful ones I've seen in a cartoon
How
because it's
You want to know
pretty
what
gorgeous.
grinds my gears? How the heck did Carla get away from the portal in like a little rowboat? I'm pretty sure that like
Yeah.
force of water drain suction that would have dragged. I don't think rowboats have that much torque to them.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know the answer to that. You know what? What's funny about
Like she only got out like a couple hundred feet behind the edge. Suction probably would have taken her in.
maybe she did get sucked in. I don't know.
No, I've can't have people getting sucked into portals willy-nilly. I've seen where that led in the Daria fandom, and trust me, we don't want to go there.
I already went through it.
So that scene was directed and boarded, I think, by Brian Sheasley, who it's funny because one of our production people said, she's like, I've seen 2 scenes in cartoons that have made me tear up, and it was that one and this one in Futurama that Brian had also done.
The dog.
Yes, that's
Oh,
the
knew
one.
it!
Oh god.
Jurassic Park.
That
Oh,
episode.
jeez.
No.
Jurassic.
So same guy.
that episode is such a
same
heartbreaker.
director there.
Yeah, because that was well executed. That scene was very well executed. both scenes were executed so well.
Yeah, that was actually kind of emotional watching all the Dan versus characters coming together in those final moments.
Yeah, it's like I work for like a society, or what was it? I work for like a secret organization, and then Elise Senior says I work.
He's number 6 on the FBI most wanted list, but he's actually 5 because the other guy suffered an unfortunate accident.
Yeah. You're the lady. Good job, Mom. It's just like, why the secret too? I'm an alien that was been cured. That was sent here to enslave the human race. Really? No, I just wanted to be included.
Yeah, I do remember that.
So yeah, Brian Sheasley. In addition to the daytime Emmy he won for directing Dan Versus, he's got like 3 primetime Emmys and 4 other daytime. Like, he's just a really talented director. So it makes sense that that he does good work, right?
Yeah. Somebody already asked, do you know if there is anywhere to get the show's OST? We kind of already answered that we don't know. And then I already asked the question of, do you remember whose decision it was?
So does everyone ask their questions?
The last one I have that maybe you could just flesh out a question someone asked was, what was your thoughts on the imposter as a character?
Okay, so like I said, I sort of saw the imposter as a, drifter, bounce from town to town. Like I said, as far as his backstory, I really like the Hitcher idea, where he, if you ask him where he's from, he'll say Disneyland, right?
Yeah.
I think he's probably an orphan. He's probably been looking for a place to fit in his whole life, and his sociopathic nature has probably prevented him from forming strong bonds with people.
I'm pretty sure he's a psychopath. Dan's
he definitely is.
If he wasn't like the way he was,
actually no, Dan is BPD. I guess we figured.
If the imposter wasn't the way that he was, like with all those symptoms, I feel like with his type of humor, I would have gotten along with him well.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I think that on some level, he just he can't form attachments. Like, you'd probably get along.
I knew a person like that once in another Discord. I left that Discord.
It seems like maybe like a type of mania, which I do suffer from, mania, ADHD. My mother suffers from another form of mania, bipolar. Mm-hmm. So, it feels like a bit of mania.
So what I think is that he's probably looking for a family and community and friend group, and he wants all the things that he sees on, Toll House Cookie commercials or whatever.
Yeah.
But he has never formed the necessary attachments, so he tries to take it from other people, basically.
Yeah.
So, like, if I were to come up with a backstory for him right now, I would assume that he's an orphan, bounced around foster care, and again, like, just never found his people, and so that's why he's trying to
impersonate others.
Okay, I can make use of that. That doesn't interfere with any of my plans of him becoming an insurance guy and Dan accidentally burning down his country, and then he frames Dan for. It's a long story.
Well, my main concern was not to interfere with your fanfic, so.
Okay, perfect. I've got the creator in my puppet box here. It's all. It's all coming together.
Like, I have a lot of like when I wanted to explain for like David Givers is like with the character of Torsen, which ended up being, I think, my favorite character I've written, Madison Torsen, because she has this nonchalant energy, but it comes from a place of weakness because of her past, how she was abused by a previous relationship that broke her.
Yeah.
And she just wanted to have a family, so that's kind of like with the character of Satan in the show actually being a nice guy and understanding. He's like because he's always busy, he asked if Thorson could watch over his kids, which are like 2 kids that aren't even teens yet. Like, one is 8 and one is 10-ish, because there's a joke where they don't know when he was born because Satan accidentally dropped the birth certificate in the pits of Tartarus. It's just, and so basically she just watches over them, kind of like what she never got to have was a family. Like that, obviously she has a family, but she didn't get to raise a family.
Right.
Okay, so has everyone asked all their questions?
Yeah, I think those were my last questions.
Okay, then I guess it's time for closing statements and future plans.
It was nice talking, by the way, and I never thought I would ever do an interview or be a part of an interview. So.
Yeah, I originally wanted to bring one of the OGs here, Rage Machine, but they're in Germany or Austria, so the time zones didn't really work out.
Yeah, right now it's 2:20 p.m. for me, and I'm still sweating.
I
'cause I'm an
limited it to
idiot and love
people
to
who
wear
were in
long
the New
clothes.
World. If I had to factor in someone from Austria, the time zones wouldn't have really worked out.
Yeah. Sometimes
about
you gotta
11,
make
it's about 11.
sacrifices.
It's about 11 where I'm at right now.
Okay, so anyway, future plans here. I'm gonna take the lead here, guys, but feel free to. Me and Chris are gonna take the lead on this one, but you guys feel free to add if you have anything to say.
Okay.
Okay, so first off, obviously, in the near future, I think we're just going to continue what we've been doing. I've got a few YouTube playlists of Dan versus videos I have to go comment surfing on, let's call it. That should be done soon. We're trying to buff up the member ranks a little bit. And we've been working on the new Dan versus wiki, the hybrid wiki, where you put both the canon and the fanon in the same wiki. To get more people writing fan fiction, because that technique worked really well for the Daria fandom. Like, very well.
Yeah, I gotta make.
Roxum, you know what I'm talking about now.
Yep.
I gotta make.
It worked
my own
very
mirrors.
well.
Yes.
I gotta make my own.
Maybe a little
mirrors
too
to
well.
work.
Maybe a little too well.
Yeah. For me, I have to work on the mirror yeast so I can get used to how it's
Yeah.
done to help with the like. I agreed to work on like the episode pages.
Yeah. Then we're going to once we get that taken care of, we're going to see if we can talk to Dan Angel about that thing. See if we can tell him like, hey, you've got 350 here people who will give you support if you want to make a pitch. We'll sign a petition.
Shout Factory. We need a physical release of Dan versus full series.
We'll start a hashtag.
Yes.
Or something. We'll start hashtag reboot Dan versus, because honestly, you want to know what? When I
Screaming
started
from the
this thing, that was
rooftops.
my long-term end goal. Meet the creator, get Dan versus rebooted, and I've done one of those two things.
Yeah.
I gotta put this manpower to work, and we gotta get this show rebooted, Morty.
we gotta get the show rebooted, Morty. Sorry.
Yeah, we've got your back on that one.
Gets rebooted.
Fantastic.
And, what else was like? Oh yeah, and as for you, this will probably be the last interview. But two things. First of all, I'm hoping that I can get a chance to speak with Mandel, so he can answer some of his stuff he knows.
The Almighty God.
I want the full uncut version of that Hortense backstory.
Oh no.
No matter how dark it is, I mean,
I'm
if
not
we
ready
consider
for it, man.
the only person he told that to, apparently he didn't tell you about that.
Not that I remember.
Well, apparently he told Pan Pizza for some reason.
Okay.
That's the only reason we know. He told Rebel Taxi.
We need to get Rebel Taxi on here. Either that
I've
or
been
Rebel
trying
Taxi.
to. I've been in his Discord for 6 months trying to find my opportunity, but it hasn't been working.
I know.
I don't know, maybe-
Rebel Taxi.
I've
I've
find a way to,
got
like-
SB99 and Defoffilizer. What more do you? And I've got Josh Scorcher. What more do you want?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like Rebel Taxi, I feel like I know he has his podcast.
I had
maybe-
Flufflepuff for like a hot week.
Oh really? You had Mike.
Flufflepuff.
Dan of the Hill. God damn it.
End of the.
I like that.
All right, I'm texting Dan right now to let him know that you guys want him on for an interview.
Yes. Woo.
Excellent.
Nice.
I've been.
Wait, no pressure though. If you need time to play, it's totally okay.
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying. Wait, what are you texting him?
Because I get it. Hollywood's a busy industry, so we want to make sure we respect
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, we need I
Like
need
privacy.
some forewarning of when we want to talk. But yes, I need to ask him some questions, and I'd want you two to put your heads together so we can get the full version of that theme song released.
I'm saying the
And the
Discord.
Shout Factory. And we got to contact Shout Factory so we can get a full physical release of the series.
Yes, we got to do that.
Yes.
And,
We got a long to-do list.
So
in the
much
future,
to do.
Chris, I believe you said something like maybe you might be willing to do co-creator of Dan Versus reviews Dan Versus fan art. Co-creator of Dan Versus does a reading of a Dan Versus one-shot, that type of thing.
That sounds like fun.
This sounds interesting. yeah.
Excellent. I know you guys would like that.
Oh, he just texted him.
Dan said the Discord people would very much like you to participate in a Zoom interview. I'll see if
Yeah,
you.
that'd be fun, man.
That
The
would
only
be
reason
nice.
why I have Zoom is because of this interview, and I'm gonna have to keep it on this laptop anyway.
I still need to
Yeah,
use
that's
this,
pretty
but I
much
have
the
all- I have
only
all- I have
Okay,
all-
if Dan wants to do an interview at some point in the future, we'd be happy to.
Yeah, I have online classes, so I still got to use Zoom.
What time
regardless.
zone is Dan in anyway?
He's on the East Coast.
Okay.
Okay, East Coast. Got it.
So,
Yeah, I'm
so
on
yeah,
the-
at some
I'm
point in
on
the future
Pacific.
we'll do that. But now we have a general direction of the people we need to talk to in the future. Because like you were our first big, well, technically our first big goal was finding the Flash game, and then it was finding you.
Yeah.
So, but now we've got something new to do in the future because we're kind of running out of lost media to look for. So, and I'm running out of places to dredge up new members, and
Yeah.
Rebel Taxi still hasn't responded to any of my messages yet, so I don't. Well, this gives us something to push forward towards.
At this point,
Fandom needs some
Super
unity
Chats might be
goals.
one of our only best options for Real Talk. You just pay them, just be like, hey, you know.
I'm already throwing money at Josh Scorcher, so you guys are gonna have to fund that one on your own.
I don't know.
I already sent 300. I'm gonna be sending $300 to Josh Scorcher so he can make that review of the show.
Maybe if Real Taxi's DM's open, maybe we could try to message him there.
I've tried. That doesn't work out.
Never mind.
Yeah, well, I've
I
tried.
don't want to pester him, but like at the very least, maybe just ask.
I
him.
have no shame in pestering. It's how I get half my members.
Oh
I mean,
boy.
yeah.
Okay, so I believe that's good then. Is everyone good with going now?
Wait. There's actually one last thing I wanted to bring up too. That was really funny that I remembered. Baseball. There was that scene where they're in the cafe and they see the news report. You get the real life.
Oh yeah,
Curtis
Yes.
and Dave. I love that scene.
it was great.
I love that too. I thought that's really,
Yeah.
I got some coded vinyl.
oh, nice.
Oh,
This is
Those mugshots were drawn by one of our. They started as a PA and then became an artist a board artist on the show.
yeah. That was such a cool little Easter egg because I know that was Curtis and Dave, and it was a nice little in joke. I like it when shows do that. I think the only show that's gone more meta than that is Chowder with the whole episode where they literally were like, "No money means no animation."
yeah. No
yeah,
money means
Chowder
no
was the king of that.
animation. Chowder was great. Chowder and Amazing World of Gumball are the kings of those shows that just break your mind.
Yeah,
with the fourth
Chowder. Oh man, with that episode, I think that was one of the first times as a kid where I was totally mind blown by the fact of holy
Keep him
crap.
talking. I'm just
these are
looking
real
for my
people voicing
webcam
these
so I can
characters.
fulfill that promise.
Oh, boy.
I've been collecting
Checking for the
records
webcam to fulfill that
I think
promise.
for a few years, like this might be the third or fourth. I started
Oh,
on
nice.
April. I started on the first of an April month, which is just a perfect timing.
In April month.
For like the first day on April, like a few years ago, and I thought, no, this has to be some. It's
April
not a
Fools?
joke.
Okay. Oh, hi,
It's not a
Curtis.
joke. I still have my first record player. Throughout those years, I tried to take care of it, and I think
Yeah, one of my buddies
over
has
100 records.
Bluetooth vinyl record player. Speaking of
Nice.
vinyl, both Steven Universe's soundtracks actually been on vinyl, and at one point, the regular show creators were thinking about putting the series on Laserdisc at one point.
Great. Also,
And
I don't
versus
know-
on VHS might be a possibility yet.
I also like. I think my most
That'd be awesome.
rarest
Did you
one
know
I
that
have.
the news stations were still using Betamax until like 2 years ago?
What?
Also,
Kidding?
Sony only just stopped making blank Betamax tapes in 2019.
What?
Oh.
Hi, Kirby.
I've
And they still make blank VHS tapes.
awesome. I
Right,
want to
got
get another
Kirby.
VHS. I was like the last generation that grew
Oh,
up
yeah.
watching VHS tapes. I
No,
remember.
I was the last generation.
Dude,
I have like 1,000 taped episodes of Sid the Science Kid from my childhood.
Oh, dude,
Nice.
I was born in
I-
2000 and I watched VHS growing up.
I vividly remember being in a hospital because of like
Okay,
health problems I was
just
having and
warning,
watching.
the mic on it sucks, so I'm not gonna try to speak when
Yeah.
I use it. Give me
Yeah.
a sec.
Okay.
And just watching the night, like not the Nightmare Before Christmas, the day before, day before time, over and over
Land
again.
Before Time?
for-
Land Before Time.
Land
yeah.
Before Time.
I
Yeah,
watched that on VHS as well.
I
I watched
think-
a lot of Disney growing up, a lot of Disney stuff on VHS.
I try to avoid it. I
Sesame Street.
watched a lot of like Science Channel and Wipeout. I think
Oh, really? Wow. Why-
the rarest record I own, like the most expensive one I have, is the Mamas and the Papas. If you can believe your eyes and ears.
Yeah. Oh, I also had a couple Nick Jr. stuff growing up on VHS and DVD, especially Blue's Clues. Blue's Clues was the shit.
Blue's Clues.
Oh, hell
Does
yeah.
anybody remember? Does anybody remember the Land Before Time? Not the Land Before Time. Sorry. Does anybody remember the Upside Down show? That's what I meant to say.
Upside down. What?
No,
Yeah.
no.
No, I remember the
remembers
Flash game.
There was a
that,
Flash game for the Upside Down show.
Yeah, there was, and you got
Also,
to like
guys-
make your own thing. You got to like draw like anything. I think.
I
And they would
missed
interact
that
with it.
show so much. It only got one season though.
Yeah. Oh, guys, look who it is. What's up, dude? Oh, you
We
got
got
some headphones.
Kneel before your captain.
Nice.
What's up?
Yeah, I'm gonna be getting a webcam myself. It's coming
That's
in
the,
late
game
for my
center
school,
back
but
there.
like it's not coming in till
Is it coming
Friday.
in with my actual mic or the webcam mic?
I
Let's
couldn't
Find
Yeah,
out.
so
Move it away from your
Yeah,
mouth
come
while
on.
I'm talking.
Okay, so
Oh,
It's coming from your mic.
Headphone mic, yeah, headphone mic.
okay, go. This one sounds good. See, okay, there. Now you've seen Captain Jerk. Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
You'll probably next interview you'll probably see me because I'll have my webcam by that point.
I don't know why I had my like camera on the entire time. Now I can see me as a sweaty mess. Hell.
Ah, dude, it's fine. It's fine, dude. It's fine. You
I'm
got,
not
you got
exactly
confidence.
the picture of cleanliness, but
If you can show yourself on camera, you got confidence, man.
I have a lot of confidence. For a person who suffers from autism, I have a lot of confidence.
I can
Ah,
see
dude,
that.
don't worry.
Oozes
I've got a
from
developmental disorder myself. I know it's like.
Yeah, autism is a fun
I went
thing to live with.
I went.
Chris,
through
wait,
OT and
Chris, what were you
occupational- I
saying?
went through
I was
occupational
just
therapy.
actually got to get going here.
Okay, see you, Chris.
Oh,
Then
sorry.
thank you for
Sorry.
your time.
I think when I leave,
Just unplug this thing.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. It's been an honor, man.
Yes, it has been.
It's been a great
Really
experience.
is.
I've not had like the information I needed for what I need. So, but
Yes.
you gave information that I did.
The Dan
ask for
versus
all of
fandom
us.
has many privileges that other fandoms don't have. We've had contact with the creators. We have lost media to look for. We have a future of a reboot to work towards.
Yeah.
Now then,
And
who
hopefully
wants
a
to get out
physical-
there and write some fan fiction?
Hopefully me.
So mint.
And also hopefully a physical release on Shop Factory. Hopefully.
Okay,
No,
see you,
I'm-
Chris.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Everyone, stop your
Thank you.
recordings now so that we have backup copies. Everyone, stop your recordings in 3, 2, 1.